Yeah, you know it, KD, the laughing stock niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic swishy, but we're making noise from the top of the charts. Here the peoples rejoice. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss.
Oh, that's an old one.
I think it might be.
What the hell happened then?
I don't know.
What? No, that's two pieces in the pod, so it's not that one. It's definitely this one.
Yeah, you know it, KD, the laughing stock niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic swishy, but we're making.
That's the old one. What the hell's happened?
What the fuck?
It's taken the good one. That was the old one. Unless it's just changed order for some reason, because these weren't all here before. Oh no, that's not it.
I think that is the new
That's
one.
it. No, half finished. Into a squishy new. Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
I'm doing again.
Yeah, you know it, KD, the laughing stock niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic swishy, but we're making noise from the top of the charts. Here the peoples rejoice. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss.
We thought we'd play the intro for you a few times there.
Definitely not, because we get the wrong one. Oh,
Definitely
no.
not. No, that would be silly. That would be unprofessional.
Be stupid.
Yeah, and we're not stupid or unprofessional.
Speak for yourself. Oh yeah. Welcome to Squishy Logic, the most unprofessional professional show you have ever seen. And what I mean by that is we are amazing, but we don't take it seriously.
And we don't get paid.
That's another big part of
That's
it.
a real big
That's a
part
real
of
big
it.
part.
That
One
is
day-
basically what makes you professional.
That literally is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been professional at some point.
At some point.
We've been paid for gigs.
I've been paid for gigs, yeah.
Yeah, I've been paid for gigs.
Once or twice.
Not
Not
a few
not
times.
recently.
No, I mean, I'm fucking trying to recently.
Nah.
I'm gonna put a video on soon saying I'm announcing that I'm leaving the comedy scene, just so people can click on it and be like, I'm leaving this scene.
Yeah.
Going to a different comedy scene.
Yeah.
Better one.
Yeah. Different one with less dicks in.
Oh, no offense. Like, well, no, we don't know that. There's a lot more people in London.
There could be dicks everywhere. I mean, there are dicks everywhere.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
this.
But it's just going into it and knowing that now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start a gig up, I think, again once we get to that there, London. We've
Yeah.
been there for a bit, though.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
jump straight in and try and. I don't know. I might not even bother trying to do my own gigs, though, because it's a fucking ball ache.
It is. It's a pain in the arse.
It really is, man.
Getting all the fucking people together and then everyone complains and then
Yeah, it'd be great.
and then one fucking comedian turns up who's a bit of a fucking problem and then everyone then blames you for not fucking dealing with
Yeah.
it earlier even though you had no idea what was happening.
I just don't understand why so many people like you know the first thing I asked you when you say you got a new gig, it's like, oh, do I actually a crowd there? It's like, well, no, we haven't started yet.
Yeah.
Like, we got to build the crowd. That's what we all do. That.
Yeah. We've got to start somewhere, dick. Do you want to start somewhere?
And they're not dicks, but
No, but you know what I mean.
yeah, a lot of them. Well, no, I'm pretty okay with most of the comics.
Yeah, most people in general are all right. It's just that there are one or two outliers,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, the outliers tend to sort of force themselves into positions of quote unquote power, where they create their own little like
Yeah.
fiefdoms underneath them.
Maybe that's why I don't really dislike Oxy, is because he doesn't actually have that power aspect side.
No, he just goes around and does gigs,
Yeah.
which
There's
I
a lot of
respect.
hosting stuff.
Yeah,
Like, he was doing a lot more on point. I remember, like, he was hosting, which I don't think even happens anymore, though, that Useful Idiot. No. Useful Idiot, I think it was.
all right.
He was in town somewhere.
Yeah, I got no idea.
So many gigs that don't happen anymore.
Yeah,
But that probably would be, the world stopping that also did that.
yeah, it killed a lot of gigs.
There was a lot of everything, man. Apparently women don't, like, the younger people don't go, like, clubbing anymore and stuff.
No,
I couldn't imagine that.
No.
Being, like, in my 20s and that, and not getting my skank on and getting my slag on.
yeah.
And grinding up and seeing, like, half naked.
That was
girls running
basically
around.
that. I mean, that was what I did.
What?
We all just hung out and played fucking Lord of the Rings drinking games at uni.
See, we did the geek shit by going like down like canals ourselves and that and chasing aliens,
Right.
and then we also went clubbing.
Right.
Well, I say clubbing. It's like you can't really class goth rocker clubbing is not clubbing like your broad street and all that.
Yeah.
It's I don't like clubbing unless there's some gunk on the floor.
That's fair. That's
Too
fair.
posh. If you go somewhere and it's all prim and proper,
It's got to be sticky. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's not sticky on the floor, then you're in a different kind of establishment.
Well, there's places where you go into the toilet and there's just a man in there trying to spray you.
Yeah, I always
They're
pay
weird.
those guys.
Huh?
I always pay those guys.
I thought you said spray them.
No.
I don't pay them because I didn't ask them to spray me. If I asked them to spray me, then sure.
Nah. That's the way you're doing it. Wrong.
This
You're
is
doing
not
it wrong.
tip culture in England.
You go in there, and before they spray you, you go, "What have you got?" Right. Okay. I want some of that. I want the good
I
stuff.
do that.
Yeah. You get the good shit.
Yeah, but I don't pay them.
Yeah, you do.
No, I'm
That's
gonna buy it.
that's how you get a decent spray of the good shit as well. That's how they give you a mint and shit as well. Like they got shit extra. If you give them that quid, mate, you're gonna have a friend for the night. Every time you come back and he's gonna be like, my friend. It's fucking brilliant. It's like having your own fucking butler. It is like having your own Alfred, and I want nothing to be more. I want to be nothing more than fucking Batman.
In the toilet, though.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
You want Alfred everywhere, bro.
Oh, imagine why him helping you like, oh, you got a Johnny Bruce, Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred, bring me some fucking Johnnies. Catwoman's here. We're getting down, but we ain't got any protection. And I'm all about protection.
Well, then again, I suppose you would have to do some prep time, to
Yeah.
figure it out. Catwoman, I reckon she's a professional war dogger.
Probably. Yeah.
She's not just on the pill. She's like taking that lunar cycle, the cats do.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, there's a reason why she's got that many cats anyway.
She's crazy.
Infertile, mate.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Mean.
That is.
To be fair, though, I don't.
That's
remember-
life, though. I didn't do it.
I don't remember ever having a cat kid.
No.
Bruce has got like about 7.
And she's got like 80 cats. Does that not scream cat lady?
Oh yeah.
Like cat lady who can't have kids. Because
She chooses not to.
that's just
She just loves to take
oh,
them too much.
maybe it's like just gets right to the end, and every time she just flips back round and just swallows it. I can't stop.
Yeah, there's addictions for everybody. There's all
Yeah.
different kinds of addictions in the world.
There are all sorts of addictions. Yeah. Titty addiction. Yeah.
Is that like somebody that likes titties or somebody that wants to have all?
That's someone who's haunted by titties. Like every day they're thinking about titties. That's someone with a porn problem.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
meant like a trans problem or something.
No, that's a different problem.
Oh, okay.
That's lack of titties.
Well, it depends.
Oh, it depends. Does depend. Depends on the situation of the person.
It is more the other way.
Tends to.
fair. I think
I don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't know what the statistic is on that.
I imagine there'd be a lot more guys trying to go into women's cubicles than.
I did.
women's
I did see there was one of those videos I think you showed me where it was like a bunch of like cis men, for lack of a better fucking word.
So men.
So men and a bunch of transgender women, men
Mm.
in a room, and they were discussing what it meant to be a man. And some of the transgender
yeah.
men were going like, "Oh no, I don't think you understand, because actually the thing about women in this," and it's like, oh, "Yeah, right there. It's
Oh,
like."
he was just gay. I don't think he was transgender.
No. There was a different one. And they were talking about it, and it's like, I understand what you're saying, and yes, you're right. But in this particular thing, they were talking about, it's about protecting people more than this and that, and it's about this and that and the other. But it's like, also, don't lecture people who've been in the game longer than you. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't step up to fucking Tiger Woods on a golf course and say, "Look, you got your swing wrong, mate." You know what I mean?
Just for the fuck of it.
We've been doing this for a while, gentlemen, right? we've been men for a long time. We've been experiencing this for a while. Don't get me wrong. Like, we've been experiencing the male experience for a while.
Experience. Yeah,
You know? We've been experiencing that shit for a while.
masculinity.
We know what it is. We know what it's about. Maybe just have a listen. You're trying to join in with the club. I appreciate that. That's cool. But listen to some of the people who've been there longer, right?
In the guy club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the guy club. Yeah.
If you have not grown up, pulling your skin back, I'm not interested. I don't even circumcised people. Actually.
It's not even I'm not interested. It's
still
just
not
like, there's just some things you're gonna have to learn about male banter, right? Some things you're gonna have to learn about the shit we say in fucking private that you will never say again to a woman's face.
Weirdly, unless you're really comfortable with that woman.
Unless you're really comfortable with that woman, yeah. But you got to. This is. I know this sounds like it sounds incredibly fucking misogynistic and stuff. In a way, it is. But like,
I can make it worse.
We can make it so much worse. But the fact is, like, there is a way that men interact with other men, which it's not even something sexist. It's not. It's just when you put a group of men in a room together and they're all having a laugh, certain things will happen. And if it gets to be a crazy night, certain other things will happen as well. And you best be cool with this shit because this is what men do. And it's not going to be anything. It's not going to be anything illegal. It's not going to be anything dangerous. It's just
no, you can't guarantee that.
Not always,
dude. I mean, just going out.
We're not aiming for it.
I'm not aiming to keep whacking my spliff out. I've done it like 3 times now.
Well, stop. For the love of all that's holy. Fucking stop.
Stay now. Stay burning.
But yeah, I don't know. That was a weird tangent to get on.
Yeah, that's what's new.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's how we do.
Well, we're going to be talking about some British stuff today in general, apparently.
Oh.
That's what you said.
Yes. I forgot about that. I forgot. I've got to do something.
Well, how much is any of it?
I know. I am basically just reading from articles because, like,
so I don't have to do anything. That's the important.
Yeah. It's a way easier one for you today.
Cool.
Very little has to be done. It's a good one for the audio listeners. If you're having an audio listen, you can just you can sit back and relax. You don't have to go Googling anything today.
But wherever you are watching or listening, make sure you drop a follow, drop a like, do a subscribe, whatever the thing says.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Leave a little comment. We're live, so we can reply. We've got the live chat there. So if you send us over a message, we might just actually respond.
We might.
We've had some really interesting conversations turn up from people just chatting at us from the fucking chat. So
like Lindsay.
Lindsay, we miss old Lindsay. We'll get Lindsay back sometime. I get the impression Lindsay didn't like me too much because I'm a bit too liberal, which is fine. I get that.
I don't
Lindsay.
know which one's which. So
yeah.
Am I not? I'm a Republican.
So today, let's get into it. Today we are talking about things that make you proud to be a Brit.
Yeah, racism.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like that is separate from it. Unfortunately,
yeah.
It does seem like that's
British is racism.
Part of it is, unfortunately, no matter how you want to slice it, there are racists in Britain.
No, we're racist everywhere.
They're racist fucking everywhere. Mm-hmm. They're getting the fucking walls.
I also think about a killer in the walls. I haven't watched it all yet, but there was a killer in some walls.
I mean, that's a fucking good place for a killer, isn't it?
Good place to hide.
You're not going to fucking expect someone coming out of a fucking wall at you.
As long as you can get out of it, though. Because I remember hearing some story about some person that got stuck in a wall.
That's horrible, that.
Yeah, she went to do some work on something or something, but she went through something. Yeah. She was stuck in between a wall. Couldn't get out. 9.
Imagine if you'd eaten a fucking burrito.
It smelled like some shit, and it doesn't matter.
No, and you really got to take a shit.
I don't think that's the main thing you're going to think about.
It would be for me. If I'm stuck in there and I'm like, oh no, I've got to go for a shit now as well. I'm going to die breathing in my own shit smell.
At least it's your shit. Yeah. Everybody trusts their own smell. That's why you can sit in the toilet.
Trust your own smell.
Yeah, that's why you can sit in the toilet and smell it and it doesn't bother you.
That's true. I mean, I do like my own farts. There are occasions, though, when you don't. Have you ever had one that was so bad you're like, oh, even I don't like that?
Yeah, because there's something different.
There's something wrong with you. Yeah, like you're actually ill or something. It's like, I know that's not my smell.
Yeah.
That's the smell of something invading my body.
You normally die pretty soon after, though, so it's cool.
Do I ever tell you,
no, you don't have to worry.
There was 2 different times in university where I got what I'm pretty sure was salmonella poisoning, right? And
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if you got Ebola somehow.
It was absolutely fucking horrendous. I would burp like eggy fart smell, like ridiculously strong eggy fart smell, to the point where every time I burped, I could taste it and it made me retch. Like, I have never been that ill in my life. I shit 18 times a day,
I saw someone,
just pure liquid.
I saw someone throw up what was literally smelled and looked just like shit.
Yeah, that can happen.
It was not nice.
If you get too constipated, your shit goes back the other way
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got nowhere else to go, and you can vomit your own shit up. The human body, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a fucking amusement park.
Well, it's better than it popping out your belly, to be fair. Though.
Yeah.
I'd still rather throw up shit than it pop out my belly.
Yeah, that's true.
Chest burster.
But I'd
Shit.
rather it just take the normal path, get shitted.
So I also just imagine, when the chest burster comes out the out the belly.
Yeah, it's just a big shit.
Big shit like a pancake. Like,
Howdy ho! How's it going on the Nostromo?
a deep cut like that.
Oh shit! So let's talk about some of the things that England ranks really high in. Because you and me,
Crime.
Carl, we're British guys.
Crime.
I mean, you're not on the wrong path.
Murder.
You're not on the wrong path. Because what we were discussing before we started the podcast, when we were younger, there was actually sort of a genuine feeling or reason of being proud to be British to a certain extent.
You know what you're
Not even in a way of I'm a white British man. No, it's just, I'm just proud to be
British,
part
British.
of British. Anyone can be British. You just got to be part of the
Well,
club.
no, not anyone can be British.
No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Anyone that's here
Anyone that's in England, you're British.
or born here.
Born here, live here. You're British.
Close family here, kind of.
Yeah.
If you live here.
You're
a long while,
you're
yeah.
British. You're British. You know when you're British because if you're British enough, you've got your favourite things that you always buy in Tesco. If you're British enough, you've got your favourite order that you always get from the Chinese, right?
Yeah.
If you're British enough,
And chippy.
you might be going to Weatherspoons on the weekend.
That's like the upper echelon of
Yeah,
British, but
yeah.
that's like the posh.
That's
end.
British. That's British.
The ones
Now-
that go like Jamie's Italian and stuff. They're like,
Yeah.
you're not even, you're
Mate,
not British.
I go
Get
to
back on your
I'm in Cheltenham and I'm near fucking Gloucester, right? Some of the places these people go to, fucking Jesus Christ, they are fancy as fuck.
There was we were looking at some ghost hunts the other day. Me
Yeah.
and the evil hippie. There's one in Gloucester prison. We're looking at a prison one.
Nice.
Would you want to do a ghost hunt?
I want to do a ghost hunt, but I want to do a ghost hunt where we're left alone in a place.
This one you do get left to go and do your stuff.
And I've got 3 nature trail cameras that go off when they detect
Trail cam.
movement.
Yeah, yeah.
So I reckon
cap
that,
cam.
yeah, so it would be a really good thing to put in a place like that. Because if it detects movement, it's going to start something off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you'd probably find nothing,
Probably.
but you might.
Probably.
It's a prison. Prison's one of the places I think you're more likely to find stuff.
Yeah.
Hospitals too.
Yeah.
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 There's one in Birmingham.
I'm
too.
interested in it. I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be, a thing. But
Courthouse would be cool.
yeah.
It'd be better if you were left on your own, but they're more expensive to do. You have to
Way
rent out
more
the whole
expensive.
place then, basically.
Yeah.
Rather than
Although
like-
there are ones where you can do the haunted hotel rooms and stuff like that. That'd be an
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
one
yeah.
to do.
and once you can do prison ones, then you stay in the cell as well. for the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
We find like 2 to a cell or something.
That'd be good.
And because, they wouldn't be able to tell if you're smoking in there too.
That'd
That was scary.
Wait, what's that smell? It's the ghost.
Oh,
Ghost.
Sage.
Yeah,
Burning sage.
I'm burning holy sage.
It's a rubbing kit, man.
So, getting back to it, do you feel that proud about being British or Britain in general?
Well, I used to until about 4 years ago or so.
Right.
But always growing up, though, there was always still a bit of a racist tinge to the idea if you're proud to be British. If you have a
Yeah.
flag up.
Yeah, they thought that immediately meant you were part of the EDF. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I like the fact that I like my country. It's like there's a thing that David Mitchell said in his autobiography where he's like, I like coming home to England. I like the look of the power cables overhead in the way that they're, that we make them. because other countries do them differently. And I think it's unnatural to not have a feeling that your country does those sort of things the best way. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that's what you've always been born up with.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know if I'd even say it's necessarily the best way, but I get the logic. It's the way you know.
that's it. It's like that's the way that I like.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
like other countries like America, they have different ways of
I like
sending out their power cables
I
and
like
stuff.
my assaults to be with knives rather than guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Yeah.
You know, the gunshot it ain't sentiment, but still.
I like my tea served with milk, not fucking lemon juice. What are you doing, America? What the
they-
fuck is wrong with you?
But they just don't drink tea. They don't understand tea.
They don't understand tea at all.
No.
They microwave it for a fucking start. They put a tea bag in cold water, microwave it, and add lemon. You people are just fucking wrong.
That doesn't even make sense.
It's so bizarre.
So they're trying to make it wrong.
It's like they're trying to make tea shit.
It's like how they're spelling everything and they try and simplify all the words. They're trying to simplify tea.
Yeah.
It's a kettle.
You know what? You know what tea is? It's a little bit bitter. You know what you definitely want to add to that?
More bitter.
No, fucking bitter and sour, mate.
Right.
Perfect combo.
Yes, milk. You want some milk?
Who wants creaminess mixed in with that tiny taste of bitter, along with all those like herby, delicious notes?
And sugar.
Fucking weirdos.
At
Anyway,
least we don't have to use hard water.
that is at least one thing that England still does right.
Tea.
We still do the cup of
We
tea
still do the tea.
better than anyone else.
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Only because it was a rich person thing in like the 20s or whatever. So that's why we want it so much now. Because we feel like we're rich. Not anymore, but that's why it's...
Yeah, that's what it was
Ingrained,
seen as. It then became just a boom crop, and everyone just sells tea to fucking England now because we drink it. We're basically the exclusive tea drinkers of the Western world. All of the other fucking tea drinkers are like India,
Yeah.
China, fucking
yeah.
Thailand, like
herbal tea.
yeah,
Even though I
green
guess ours
teas
is
and
still
shit.
herbal, but-
And we're like, no, we want to import that shit from India, dry the fuck out of it, and add milk.
Like we used to.
Yes,
Like we used to back in the day when we owned India.
that's right.
The good old days of Britain.
Oh, right. So should we get onto some of the statistics about modern Britain?
Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Sure.
The UK has the
Over...
worst quality of life in Europe. We're number one. Number one.
Cool. Yeah.
We're number one, guys.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Well, actually, I'm probably not going to get back
I
up.
get knocked down, but I don't get up again because they just took the NHS. I get knocked down, but I won't get up again because they just took the NHS.
He takes a lager drink and then he's out of money. Right. Survey of 10 developed
Dharma.
European countries puts UK at the bottom of the pile due to high living costs, while France takes the top spot. Now, it's not quite as bad as it looks.
I imagine everywhere's pretty okay.
Everywhere's getting a bit of a pounding, but we're getting more of a pounding.
Yeah.
And we get paid a little bit more, but we get taxed a lot fucking more.
But let's bear in mind, though, still, before we moan about our conditions and that, though, we're not a third world country. Put that into comparison, though, right away, you know.
Yeah, and like the top 10 countries in Europe are very quickly taken up by things like Germany, France, Spain. Well, not even Spain, actually.
countries.
Yeah. We're below quite a lot of those.
Yeah.
We're
Some of them are
we're
pretty
leaning
red
more.
bush.
Yeah, we're leaning over towards more of the Eastern Bloc level of budget at this stage. Like Poland and places like that.
Poland's doing good. Don't you?
Poland's doing fine now. They're doing
Poland's
great.
sweet.
We're sort of swapping positions. We're slowly becoming one of the shitter nations in Europe.
Yeah.
Whilst the other nations start going, oh, actually, we're doing all right now.
Do you not think there's a problem? You seem gleeful and happy to not be accepting immigrants into your country. We are. We have no terrorism attacks on our streets. Everyone's happy.
It doesn't necessarily go straight like that, though, does it?
No, to be fair, though, it's only Muslims. They're not letting in Muslim immigrants.
That's crazy, though.
But I understand, everything in the religion. I understand the reasoning for it. I get it.
The thing is, though,
An
you
archaic
can't
religion.
assume that everyone who's a Muslim is bad. That's just
That doesn't mean they're bad.
no, exactly. But it's
But stuff that they may think is okay in their culture, we don't. For example, in like Muslim
I think it
culture, it's
depends
worse.
on which country they've come from as well. People get this idea that the Muslim world is all just one type of
No, there's like
thing.
Sunni Muslims, Shia
Yeah.
Muslims.
There's
But they're still not
various
great.
different, but the thing is, like, there are
Sure.
extremist Christians and extremist Judaism, Jewish people.
There was
Yeah,
extremist Jew.
There's extremes of all
Judaism.
kinds. It's just
I
the
don't know
fact
any
is,
extremist
unfortunately, at
Christian.
the moment, one of the biggest like extremist
I suppose like KKK
portions
was
it does.
extremist Christian. And stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. White nationalists.
Yeah,
They've been
yeah.
they are legit terrorists.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, terrorism exists in so.
But this
People
is the
don't
thing.
understand what.
I don't think
terrorism
it's just an Islam thing at all. I think it's just a religion
means. No,
thing.
but it's more about the culture with that, though.
It
like,
is.
as well. Like,
It's because of the country's
like you know, it's
culture rather than just the religion.
yeah,
though.
I was reading about some guy that was like, he was a convicted paedophile who was nobody gave a crap in his country, but then became an alcoholic, and then he got ousted. Because
Holy
alcoholics
shit.
are worse, seem worse than.
Jesus.
Bear in mind, because in Islam they married a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, and that is still the original word of God by Islam. You can't change the word of God. So that word. That's why Catholicism and the ones they do evolve.
Yeah.
But that's why Islam can't, because it's supposed to be the original word.
Yeah,
of
the Catholicism
God,
brought in this neat thing of like, oh well, dogma. So what we say on earth will be held true in heaven, and vice versa. Because they were saying like, well, the Pope is getting his edicts from God,
Right.
and so therefore, if the Pope says that something is true on earth,
Yeah.
then it will be held true in heaven as well.
Right. Yeah,
So,
change.
Yeah, so that's the
Which
idea.
I don't
of,
think it's a bad thing. I'm not saying, as you know, I'm not a fan of religion full stop, but the idea that it should be able to evolve, it makes sense to me.
It should do.
God
It
still
should
should
do.
talk
Now,
to you.
the
See the
Catholic
world
Church still like holds on to all of its worst traditions as much as
Not one of the
possible.
worst ones anymore. At least there's like gay marriage allowed
As
now.
much as possible, though.
Yeah.
Like
But you can have
it
women
takes
in
them a
the
long
Vatican
time.
now, but
Yeah, but
Oh,
they're
no,
not allowed
but
to be actual priests yet.
I think they're big priests.
I don't think they can be. Can they? I thought they were allowed to do something, but I don't think they were allowed to be
God knows.
priests.
It might just be that they can't be cardinals and stuff. Yeah,
Might be. Yeah. I
might be
don't know.
priests. Priests pretty minor. Like you can have it in general. You can have a Catholic priest anyway. There's a woman.
Yeah, that
I
makes
don't know about
sense.
in the Vatican. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd think though. Yeah.
Right. Do you want to know what else we're number one in?
Did we finish that one, or was we talk? Oh, it was on about.
No, that's just literally we are
good.
not doing well financially.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
Like
we-
we are not doing good.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah,
gonna
then we-
become a
then we go on to
theme.
Poland after that. Yeah, with immigration. Okay.
We lead Europe in fatness.
Europe. Wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
We're the fattest nation in Western Europe.
Wow, that actually surprises me
Yeah.
because first of all,
Why would that surprise you?
worse quality of life, so people are broke. So you'd think not there wouldn't be
Oh,
as
but
many.
you
fat
see, that's
people,
actually
but
that's
it's cheaper for fatty foods. Anyway.
that's it.
Yeah.
Processed fatty foods are cheaper, and they
Yeah,
tend to
yeah.
make people more obese.
I've made
whilst-
this point over and over. I can't eat the food I want to eat to be healthy. Like
Yeah.
the food I'd prefer to eat to be healthy and shit.
Yeah.
You can't afford it.
Fucking asparagus, lovely. Love me a bit of asparagus. I love me some fucking what are those? Those peppers that you can get in jars that you can like add to sandwiches and shit.
Not bell peppers, are they?
I don't know if they're bell peppers.
They're the ones you cut up normally.
Yeah, no, not bell peppers.
I've never seen them in a jar.
They're
to be
little
honest.
ones. They're like little Italian bastards. They're so good.
Oh, habaneros.
No.
Jalapenos.
No, they're sweet peppers. They're not. They're
Oh.
not spicy peppers.
Okay, I never
Yeah.
go with sweet.
They're peppers you put in a sandwich right in the heart of the Bronx, and you're putting it in there.
Subway.
You put no, fuck you, Subway.
They have them in the.
Who the fuck goes to fucking Subway when you're in New York? You kidding me?
I've seen Happy Gilmore.
You go down on 81st, right? And then you take a left.
Are you supposed to be Bill Burr right now?
No. I am not Bill Burr. Okay, you go left, and
You're
then
never
down
in
there
New
you
York,
see
actually.
Jimmy's, right? And Jimmy's is the shit, man. On 81st, you got to go to Jimmy's on 81st. Okay, got to go to Jimmy's on 81st. You got to get yourself right. You got to get yourself that big sandwich, right? You got to have the pastrami. Yeah. You got to have the salami. Yeah.
There we go, Italian.
Yeah. Gosh, you're going fucking Italian.
Yeah.
Jesus.
New Yorkers aren't Italians like they think they are.
You put now the cheese. That's where you're going,
Pepper
right?
jacks.
You're right. He's got it. He's got the cheese, right? And then you go for them peppers. You just douse that motherfucker in peppers.
What peppers? Like what? Colour?
Sweet peppers. They're orange. They're fucking red. They're fucking yellow. They're fucking green. They're sweet peppers, man. Sweet peppers. And no sauce. Just them peppers. Just them peppers.
I'm gonna wait.
You dip that shit in some gabagool.
I'm gonna wait for the Brit to come back because I'm racist.
Yeah, peppers, man. Fucking
Speaking of America, though, I know one reason to be proud of England.
Yeah,
because we burned that fucking White House down, and we're the only one.
we burned that motherfucker down.
Yeah, boy.
They built it right back up immediately.
Don't matter. I think they beat us too, but it don't matter.
I think they beat us.
Did they?
I don't know. I'll have to check the scoreboard.
Apparently, there's always a winner and a loser in a war, like a clear-cut winner and loser. Apparently, so there must be a scoreboard somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't have got there if it weren't for the French. That's one of the funniest things about fucking Trump being a bitch about Europe. He's like, "Oh, Europe for freeloaders." And it's like, your country literally would not exist if it hadn't been for the French being like, "We hate the British so much, we are going to give you all of the guns, all of them." Every last fucking one. Shoot them in their fucking lobster butts.
That's because the French are not prepared to fight themselves.
That's true.
Like,
we fight them for them, and we don't want to fight ourselves, and the French fight us. That's just the thing that we have. Like, we are like two brothers that just hate each other, but we still love each other when it comes down to it. Like, the French and the English will always say shit about each other behind their backs. But when it comes fucking down, when it comes to fucking World War II and the French need some Brit backup, we're like, yes, sir, we'll turn up and we'll give you your country back because, by God, we need to be able to call you a bunch of frog-eating, cheese-eating, snail-eating surrender monkeys. And if we don't have that on our fucking plates, then what do we have? Gentlemen, we're taking back France.
I wouldn't want France.
That's the only reason we did it. That's why we went to Normandy straight away, straight into fucking D-Day. Quickly! We need to be able to say everything we want about the French again.
I thought we just wanted to go.
That's the only way we're going to win the morale of this war.
The only reason we ever went to France was for fucking jousting, that's all.
Yeah.
Beating them in tournaments.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, fuck you.
And marrying them occasionally to stop wars.
Yeah. We had to take one for the team sometimes.
Yeah, everyone has to take one for the team. That
I
unwashed, unshaven armpit.
That's one. Sorry, I put makes me prejudiced. That's one nationality of person I could never imagine being with.
Really?
French person.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon
Even
a
though
night.
banging and I'd pull snails out.
I reckon a night with a dirty French bird would be quite fun.
No, because they would be literally dirty
Probably.
and unshaven, like you said.
Yeah.
And throwing cheese.
A
again.
night. I'm not saying I'm living with
They
it.
think it's okay to smell like cheese. They like it. It's like aftershave to them. They spray it on themselves.
Yeah, they rub it on themselves. Oh shit!
It'll melt my toasty, I'll tell you that.
So, it turns out that one of the biggest problems of why the UK is so overweight is basically because we drink way too many sugary drinks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say beer then.
No.
Maybe used to...
way too much sugary drinks.
Back in the day, it must have been beer though. Because, like,
the fact is,
everyone was in a pub.
yeah, we used to drink a lot of water, but now it's become very common because of meal deals and things like that, and just easy access to big bottles of pop, that people spend most of their time drinking more sugary drinks than they do fucking straight up water.
And then you get microplastics in you.
And then you get a lot of microplastics.
Have you seen the new thing that's come out today? I saw in the news about this thing that have like designed a thing where they can get rid of the microplastics out of you.
How?
I don't know. 10
You
grams.
don't know, but
Out of your blood, anyway, not out of everything, but it's out of your blood specifically. This woman was showing that she had like 500 particles when she started, and she's down to like 5 now. And then they scanned the news reporter guy, and you're like, you got the lowest ever. You've only got like 6 particles in you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, that's ironic, isn't it? The one guy who come from the news with the TV people there, because other people were saying, I don't know how the validity of this science. I'm like, And then the woman was like, I don't know how true it is. Have they even done tests?
Fair,
have they even done this? And she didn't know. And she was just like, I bet they haven't.
You can, you can avoid taking more plastic in by not eating fucking
stuff.
things that's held in plastic. Yeah.
As opposed to
It's
what I
pretty
said.
fucking simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking out of
And the
glass
fact is, if
bottles.
someone's being a fucking news presenter, they've probably got enough money coming in that they get to go to cafes at lunch as opposed to fucking getting a meal deal.
Well, so it depends where you get your cafes and that from. If you're eating fish, for example, you're probably going to get it still.
Have you seen? Oh my god! I saw a video. It was fucking salmon in Walmart that had live wriggling worms on it. Because like lots of fish in the sea are just fucking parasite ridden. Apparently, one of the worst ones for it is swordfish.
Oh,
Swordfish is apparently like doesn't matter where you get the swordfish from, it will be wriggling until it's cooked.
so weird.
Yeah.
The swordfish. I heard recently they can even go through the hull of like a boat.
Depends on the boat, but yeah, they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Because it's not going to go through like a oil tanker, but it'll go through the hull of
Like a wooden.
a yacht
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
really easy. Yeah.
I imagine it was.
They move at like 40, 50 miles an hour underneath the water.
It's gotta hurt though to slam into something with your mouth like that.
Oh, 100%. That's gonna fucking suck.
Good job, they're too dumb to feel.
Have you seen how many
Apparently.
times like people are fishing and one of those things will just come barreling over and try and catch one of them? It's like fucking hell.
Things want food.
Yeah.
Even the things in the water, man. Everything's hungry.
I was watching a fucking video today, right, on poopies.
Even us. And we're still fat.
Yeah.
Carry on. Yeah.
On poopies.
Poopies.
Yeah.
Like a poo.
No, poopies.
Like a fishy.
The poopies
I can't
is
say
the
it,
guy
fishy.
who was in Jackass 4. They brought him in for Jackass 4.
Which one was he? Because I remember
He was
different people.
He was the one with like the sort of shaggy kind of hair, a
Right.
bit sort of dude bro surfer type.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah. So I was watching a video on that, and apparently he only got paid like $35,000 to appear in that.
Wow.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, the rest of it you're gonna have to make up by like using your appearance in Jackass to make more money on the side by doing this kind of stuff." Like, really? Like, come on, you can afford to give him $100K. Although
I
it
don't know
didn't.
how much, like, I don't know, with insurance, maybe they weren't making much themselves.
Maybe. I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't have helped as either because like the guy just immediately got into drugs and alcohol because he was famous and partying and shit like that. But like, apparently they did a thing for something that didn't even appear on Jackass in the end, and it was him literally jumping over sharks, and he failed.
Oh,
They weren't going fast enough, so he ends up just being dunked in the middle of 3 fucking sharks, and one of them just has a go at his hand, right?
Test the boy.
And the video, the footage is available on his YouTube, right? And they had to get the hand back, and then don't know how they did it.
They had to get his hand.
They got the
took
hand.
His hand.
They took the hand off.
Fuck it. Okay.
And
That's
they
another
got the
level.
hand back. They then had to fly him back to America, minus a hand for a bit, with it just sort of stitched up. Get him sent back and have the hand reattached.
Wow.
Now the hand sort of works, but it's like it's got not full movement anymore. He's like,
Maybe you shouldn't have done that for 3,500 quid.
it's
Just an idea.
Jesus Christ! You can't put someone through that shit for that little money.
Hey, well, they said yes. Maybe it was high when he said yes.
I don't know. I mean, probably.
Probably. And he was like, "Oh, I can get so much."
It's just
crap
so
with that.
sad that kind of shit happens, man.
I mean, not surprised. Anyone.
And I
that's-
love Jackass 4, but that just makes me feel sad about watching Jackass 4.
Oh, he probably has made a lot of money since it though from it.
Yeah.
Appearances and shit, and like all the media appearances, all them kind of things.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen them lot on a lot of things.
Yeah.
He milked the shit out of that, man.
You got to.
Surely they could make like their own Jackass online thing now. And they're probably not allowed to name.
I think he does have his own channel, but it's still not taken off as much as it needs to. And he's, let's face facts, he's the kind of guy who does Jackass, and the kind of guy who does Jackass is probably not that good at forward planning.
No.
Somehow
Steve-O's managed to turn it into a thing, but I just don't like him now.
I think Steve-O turned it into a thing because like he just became complete teetotal and he needed to obsess about something.
Yeah, he's annoying now.
Yeah.
He's one of them people as well that you listen to him. He's like, he thinks everybody else is an addict, so he's got to like.
Nah, dude, you gotta quit that shit, dude, because it's not good for you in the long run, dude. No, you gotta listen to me, man.
Smoking fucking sandpaper every night, you right? As well?
Yeah.
You gotta listen to me, man. It's bad for you, man, because it fucked me up and it'll fuck you up too.
Like, no, it won't, dude. I'm
what
just
fucked him
enjoying a beverage. Leave me alone.
His own head fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that he did that like metal thing where he fell and like onto metal,
Yeah,
the metal fucking plates.
it's
that
like
were,
you've got fucking
hot as hell.
yeah, you've got
hell, man?
impulse problems,
Yeah.
right? This isn't a drug thing. In general, you have bad problems with like impulsive decisions.
Yeah, I suppose that's the issue. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not being an addict, just being impulsive.
And he's still an addict. He's an addict to fucking adrenaline because he
Yeah,
keeps doing
yeah,
this
yeah.
stupid shit. And he's gonna kill himself one day because that's the way this shit ends with these people. Either that or they end up crippling themselves so much they can't and they get depressed.
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing that happens with wrestlers.
Yeah,
They either destroy themselves or they get crippled.
yeah. There's very little else you can do. Do you want to know something that we lead the world in, not just Europe?
Okay.
Right?
Other than chub.
Get ready to play the fucking national anthem. Ba, 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 ba.
Well, we lead the world in national anthem.
What?
We lead the world in a national anthem.
No. We're
Oh.
playing it because we're leading the world. Mate.
Oh, okay.
Ba, 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 ba.
Wait, do we do that, Scouts?
I don't know. Yeah. We lead the world in child alcohol consumption.
Yay. Well, it's legal in a pub for a child to drink at 14.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, like, they're saying, like, there's loads of kids who have been drinking alcohol by the age of 13
Yeah.
and, like, 15. And honestly, though, legit, I say it in a sort of mocking way initially, but I genuinely don't think this is a problem.
No.
If it's done in the right environment, if you're drinking a beer with your dad and you're watching the football or watching a movie or something,
That's kind of more weird.
why is that? Why is that?
Because
weird?
it's more normal to be drinking, just doing nothing. Where I
Oh
think
no,
it's better
you're
to
having
be
a
doing
meal or
party.
something as well.
Nah, it shouldn't get into that either, because then you're just getting used to having a drink with a meal.
What's wrong with
You have
that?
like 3 meals a day.
That's European, mate.
I think it's silly.
Oh no, that was one of the best things.
If you're gonna drink, you get drunk.
When I was like
I don't
14,
drink unless I drink.
when I was 14, my dad got a load of like, beers in and WKDs, and he'd never let us have more than like one or two.
Yeah.
But it was like, this is how you enjoy drink. You don't fucking, drink a shitload. You have one or two, you get fit, you get a nice feeling for it, you just
Bit of
relax. Yeah, exactly. It was a good way
don't
to
agree with that.
learn how to like pace yourself drinking.
Good way to learn how to pace yourself drinking is to get fucked over and over again. And you
Oh, I
figure
did
it out.
that in the end as well, because you eventually you will push yourself too far because you're a teenager and you're an idiot.
I can't really say because I never had like the fatherly drinking like that.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine it though. I like my way of how I kind of developed.
I'm sure it's just as fun, but like it's
Pretty more fun.
it was one of those things of just like, yeah, no, this is cool. We're watching a movie, we're eating food, we're having a beer, it's all cool.
My first time drinking was, I think, spinning upside down with a bottle of White Lightning or Frosty Jacks. Sorry,
Fair play, Foster Jack. I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever
field.
actually drank Foster Jack.
you really don't want to.
No.
As soon as you drank something that is, well, not just chemicals, because that feels like, how you have alcohol.
Yeah.
That feels like more akin to bleach.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know the vibe. Yeah.
It tastes like that as well.
Yeah, it tastes like you shouldn't be drinking it.
Yeah, we figured out that if you fizz it up and get rid of all the fizz, it tastes better.
That
Or not, it tastes less bad.
less bad.
Yeah, that's a much better way.
The worst down the rung. Excuse me, shit. The worst down the rung I ever got was
I've never heard that phrase.
down the rung of like ciders was Strongbow.
Oh, well, yeah, this is way below Strongbow.
Yeah, I do. I didn't even want to fuck with Strongbow.
I can't do Strongbow now.
Strongbow is awful.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It is.
The only reason to drink Strongbow is because someone else has bought Strongbow and all of the other drinks are done.
Yeah, it's the end of the night.
That is the only reason to drink a fucking Strongbow.
And there's no dark fruit
And,
cider.
yeah, and
Strongbow.
don't fucking come at me with the dark fruit Strongbow.
That's not bad.
The very fact you have to say that suggests that it's not great.
Bear in mind that I'm somebody who thinks that every alcoholic drink is not bad
Right,
at best.
right.
Because
So
you
you
wouldn't
never
drink any-
really...
You
You're
would
not one
never
of these
drink
people who
any
are
of
like,
it.
you know what I fucking love is myself a fucking gin and tonic.
No, because in my opinion, nobody would ever drink any of this alcoholic stuff with the way it tastes if it didn't get you drunk.
I do legit fucking love the taste of a gin and tonic.
That's not true.
I do.
Why aren't you drinking alcohol? How many alcohol-free ones have you bought?
I mean,
Just so you can
I
drink
don't
it
think
all
I
the
have
time?
actually.
Oh, I wonder why.
I could try it. I try alcohol. I have non-alcoholic beer quite regularly.
That's just silly.
Why is it silly? It tastes good.
I don't like drinking unless I'm getting drunk. I'd feel like I'm being cheated. Even though alcohol free is not alcohol free, you know.
Right.
Most of them are 0.5%. It's just, impossible to get drunk from, basically.
However,
you would
there
need...
are ones which are pure alcohol free. You know which ones those are?
Which one?
Anything owned by Heineken.
Why?
Because the other ones use a chemical way of getting rid of it.
Oh.
Heineken actually
put it
use a freezing process that causes the alcohol to rise up to the top, and they just suck it off the top.
Okay, well, I take it back then. Yes, all of them other than Heineken.
Yeah. Heineken,
Good name, too.
But Heineken also own Guinness and something else
All
as
of
well.
them other than Heineken and Guinness or something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we figured it out. What was the... Oh, yeah.
0%
child
Guinness
drinking.
is fucking
Yeah,
delicious
that's
as
what I'm
well. I
talking about.
love me a 0% Guinness. That shit is fucking nectar from the gods.
I've come to the conclusion that more people that like coffee like Guinness,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate coffee. So
That makes sense. I mean, it is a very similar flavour. It's a roasted bean at the end of the day, isn't it?
okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
I seem to just have noticed that more than
Well, not even a
anything.
roasted bean. It's roasted barley, I think, in that one. But it's roasted. So
Yeah. It makes sense then, because I've just noticed that. Like, I don't know if I even really drank much Guinness.
no,
I smelt it. and it
I
sounded
think
like
it's for the right occasion. It's lovely. It's one of those things where if you're only having one drink, like if you've been on a nice long walk and you're at a pub in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's nice and sunny outside, and you just want to sort of have a little sit down and a chill, a Guinness is perfect because it's full of fucking like sugar and like vitamins and shit like that
Oh,
as well.
okay.
So you can have a beer, but you can also feel a little bit like, ooh, I feel a bit,
Yeah.
rejuvenated by that.
You get some little bits from like beers, I don't know, and like wine is it that they say is good for you if you don't drink much.
Wine is really good for you. You're supposed to drink about like a small glass of wine a day, roughly. You don't have to actually do that, but like, if you're drinking, say, like a bottle of wine over a weekend, don't feel bad about it. If you're drinking a bottle of wine night at the weekend, don't feel bad about it. If you're drinking a couple of bottles of wines at the weekend, don't feel fucking bad about it.
Unless your children are in the apartment over and you're in a tapas bar.
Yeah.
You should feel bad then.
Do you know what else we lead the world in?
Crime?
No.
Oh.
UK has the worst ranked biodiversity in the world.
That doesn't surprise me because I know that not one of our canals are,
Are
up
up to standard.
to standard.
Yeah,
that level,
literally one, not
pollution
one.
level,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
And we're literally just dumping shit directly into rivers now.
Well, they've finally been done for it, though, haven't they?
Yeah.
But it's still only because they put too much shit in.
Yeah.
Everyone has a level of.
Everyone's
shit they're
got a
allowed to
shit
put in.
limit. Well, I mean, to be fair, there was this really good post out there that's like, you would never get into a swimming pool if it had a dead body in it. Right? If you saw a dead body
big of a
floating
swimming
in a
pool?
pool, if you come to a swimming pool and there's a dead body floating in it, are you going to get in it?
Well, only because I know I'm not allowed to.
But right,
I
think
wouldn't
of
be completely put off with how big of a swimming
But
pool it is.
think about it. The sea has got thousands and thousands and thousands of dead bodies in it.
And everything that's in the sea is peeing and pissing in there.
Yeah. But that means that everyone on Earth has a water amount to dead body limit that they're not willing to cross.
And it depends how many people you knew were in their dead bodies. If
That's
we
true.
knew there was a lot of people,
Mm.
and it was like a small, I don't know, reservoir, and there was a lot of people in there, then they wouldn't be happy.
battery's going to run out.
Oh my jizzle.
All my information will go. It will disappear. Life is like a laptop without a battery. You never know what you're not gonna get when it comes back on. There we go. Fucking, I don't know how I fucked that up so badly. Dankeschön. He's got it. Hey, we're back online. So this was from June
There we are.
2022. So only 3 years ago, a study revealed that the UK ranked the lowest out of 14 European countries in connection to the natural world as well. So, like other countries, people go out into nature quite regularly.
Yeah.
Camping is a bigger thing. People go on hikes. People go on family trips
It used to
out.
be quite a thing. You always hear about it anyway.
Again, the reason why is because no one's got any fucking money.
Well, it's cold too.
It's cold, but like even during the summer, people don't go out very much because they can't afford to.
And it's getting more and more normal. I think the COVID generation, must be struggling more with like the social stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Just for the simple fact that nightclubs and stuff are going down. There's no reason why that should be. There should always be a generation getting to that age and wanting to go crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is, they go crazy in different ways now, and quite a lot of the younger generation aren't drinking.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
And can you imagine spending all night at a club when you're not intoxicated?
No. But there must
That
be
sounds
intoxication of some
horrible.
kind, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can't go out and smoke a load of weed, can you? Because then the police get called, and then it turns into a big thing. If they legalized weed, they would have loads of people turning back up to fucking go out to places. I shit you not.
Yeah,
You watch it fucking happen.
Yeah, if you could go and have a drink in that and go into the smoking area, just have a split.
Yeah.
Banging.
Oh, not even that. You could have cafes like in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is the best experience I ever had. Just being able to walk into a place, look at a menu, go, I'd like some of that, and I'd like some of that. I'd like it at a reasonable price, and I will go over here and I will sit at a table, smoking it gently whilst scrolling through my phone. And on the TVs around me are all sorts of weird shit, like old episodes of Top Gear or some film that I've never seen before, or like it was brilliant. It was fucking amazing. And they were always at least 2 or 3 people or 2 or 3 groups of people in every one of these cafes at all times. And that is tax money going to the government to pay for shit like, I don't know, the NHS.
Yeah.
NHS?
Yeah,
NHS.
Sorry, I ignored. But like the only place we ever get that
I was going to say NH fucking S, but you know.
The only place we ever get that here is like festivals and stuff. When you go to like Download and that. I don't know about the Chub festivals, but the rock festivals.
Download was always a riot. I loved it.
An opposite of a riot, though, in a sense too.
Yeah, no,
everyone's
yeah.
so chill with
Everyone's
each other.
chill. Everyone's chill.
Then, out of all the years I've been, I've only ever seen one fight there, and it ended with a hug in the end.
Yeah.
So it was brutal for a moment, and then it was lovely.
Metalheads don't like to fight that much. It turns out.
Yeah. They might get some aggression out, but then it goes away quickly.
Yeah.
But then you could just walk around the whole place with a split in your mouth, walking past policemen.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it's like, what are we going to do? Are we going to drag you out past everyone else? We're going to get a load of abuse.
And everyone. Because there's so many of them doing it.
And also, like, all of these people, they're here. They're not doing it anywhere else. It's a closed environment.
Exactly,
just let them fucking enjoy themselves.
I've never seen a policeman being a job's worth at a festival.
No.
I've never seen it. I'm sure there must be some. It must be a ball ache when you get that copper on your team at those places.
They have to collect a certain amount to sort of make it look like they're doing stuff, but they usually won't even take all of someone's stash if they find something. Like the security will take a bit. If it looks like you're going to be dealing a load, it's like, oh mate, come on.
Oh yeah.
But then they'll probably go out and fucking sell it themselves later on. It's like
so many people sell anyway. Because you take a load of stuff for yourself, and then you get near the end of the thing, and you got bud left because you obviously bought too much. But then you got no money left. You go and find someone to buy a 20 or something.
Yeah.
Sorted then.
Yeah.
But when we went and it was all electric on the things, that was a bit harder.
Yeah.
But I think you couldn't use cash either at that point still. That was a good one though. We don't want to go to a festival. We need to get like a big group to a festival. It'd be cool.
It would be cool.
So never got a hippie man to a festival either. He wants to, but he just never gets.
It's got to be the right festival though, doesn't it?
There's always Download and stuff. There's always
I don't know. The thing is with Download, it's always about who's the like headliners that year as well.
Because I never cared about the headliners really. I've never really cared other than the year when Rage were there.
Yeah, I mean, I just there are certain times where I've looked at the lineup and I've gone like, nah, it's not for me.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much with every other festival though.
One of the best
Reading
ones.
was the only one I've ever looked at that was cool when it had Eminem there, but I thought the crowd probably won't be for me.
No, yeah, one of the best shows I saw at Download was still The Prodigy, That was amazing.
I can imagine that being a good show.
Yeah, Prodigy. It was on the side stage. It wasn't on the main stage. Everyone else was watching fucking. I think it was like Limp Bizkit and like Slipknot at the time, which
Okay.
I did want to see, but it's like I don't want
No.
to see those guys more than I want to see the Prodigy.
I think I wanted to go for Limp Bizkit. I think that was the year I couldn't go.
Yeah.
I never got to see Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
see Slipknot.
That was the year I wanted to go. I'd been looking forward to going for a while though, because like there were loads of bands that I wanted to see. But yeah, the Prodigy was just amazing. I wasn't high, I wasn't drunk, I wasn't anything. I was just in a crowd full of people all dancing, and the sheer elation of that and the music and everything. It was a
interesting
fucking
when you say that.
religious experience.
Yeah. It can be weird.
It was so good.
Mm.
Just there is something about that. The sort of just the vibes of people around you can make you feel almost high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's crazy.
Yeah. 100%. I think, man. Like, I suppose it might even be like a kind of like a social high almost.
Yeah.
Or maybe all the people around you are feeling euphoric, so it rubs off on everyone.
Yeah.
The brains are more connected than we think.
Definitely.
I still reckon that.
Definitely. We're giving off like brain waves that can be detected by other brains, even if we're not aware of it. We have to be. It's the only thing that makes sense. Right. Anyway, to continue on this about the loss of the wildlife in the UK.
Oh yeah.
It's in the 2019 State of Nature report published statistics that in the last 50 years, 40 million bird species in the UK have disappeared.
Wow.
As well as 15% of the total wildlife being threatened with extinction.
You normally think more of like birds and fish and that.
Yeah.
And you think of the birds disappearing, really. That's
Yeah.
weird. Whereas that's more like air pollution. Well, no, because we haven't got bad air pollution like we used to.
There's also cats.
The fucking kitties.
We are not great with that. Cats have been
Speak for yourself.
cats have been around for a long time, and a lot of people have been letting cats out for a very long time. And in fact, that's one thing that
lazy.
Scotland was saying. Scotland was saying, like, we're not going to allow people to have outside
I've heard
cats
that,
anymore.
Actually. Yes, I
Yeah.
did hear that.
Yeah.
Making it.
And I can kind of see
get
their
it.
point.
A cat can be super happy. It's a bit unfair if it's a cat that's used to being outside and then you try and bring it inside her now.
That's a bit mean. Yeah.
But cats can be completely happy as an inside cat.
Yeah.
Especially if you get two. I'd love to get I wanted to get one of Twinkle's sisters at one point.
Yeah.
But we probably still could because it's the same. We could probably still push them together and just be like, "I smell you. I recognize you."
They'll still have a time getting like used to each other. It's always the way with cats.
I might
even
get
if
a
they
dog
are.
eventually and make her get used to a dog.
Yeah. I mean, if you get a puppy, then
Exactly.
like
She'll be dominant for it.
she'll be dominant for it, and they'll be like, look, you know how this is, and it's going to be this way forever. I am the cat, and you are the dog. I am going to beat you.
Cats do beat dogs.
They do. The thing is about dogs is they think that they can outsmart a cat, but they're just not smart enough. A collie might be able to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think cats are so much smarter than they let on.
Yeah.
But so what other animals do we not have? It was just like you kind of river animals and that kind of shit to start.
There's
with.
all
I
sorts of
imagine there's
stuff.
gonna be a lot
It's
around the
literally
waterway.
insects in particular are a big problem.
Really?
We've lost
Oh.
a shitload of
I
insects.
know how important that is for a biodiversity thing.
Yeah, because like if you don't have the base level foods, the food pyramid doesn't exist. You know that sort of. You've got the predator at the top, and then down below it, you've got the thing that the predator eats, and then
That
down
might
below it, you've got
affect
the
the
things
birds
that.
as well, then.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because like worms.
The
and stuff
birds, yeah,
and
they don't
flies.
have as much food.
Yeah.
And like we've all seen it. It's when you're driving down the road and
Of course,
you
yeah.
just don't see as many bugs on the front of the cars
I think
anymore.
it must have been you that said that recently to me because when you said it, I was like, yeah, that's so true. Actually,
Yeah.
It was like a thing.
Back
you'd
in the
always see.
90s, you'd get to your destination, the entire front of the car was just bathed in fucking insects.
Yeah, you go to like some areas, you still. Well, it'll seem like there's loads of insects, but there's
Yeah.
probably still a lot less there than there was before as well.
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
case.
yeah. Yeah. And it's all
shame.
leading to something that is not good. You know, it's
leading to something. I mean, I think
it's an extinction level event, essentially.
I personally think
Not for us necessarily, but
Yeah.
for lots of creatures, this has already been an extinction.
I
extinction
mean,
level
there's
event.
constant extinction level events really in
Yeah.
that case. But like yeah, we're just thinking about like like that tanker going recently. That'll be an extinction level event for so many animals.
Yeah, that area is just going to be completely fucked
Mhm.
for years.
They've not talked about that at all again lately.
No.
Try to push
Try
it
and
down a
just
bit
push it
now.
under the rug. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
important. Don't worry about it. That's in your food. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, microplastics. That's a crazy.
Don't
thing,
go
but-
worrying about not eating the food because we need you to buy and eat the food. So stop worrying about the food. All right.
Yeah, but
Stop it, Carl.
They want to see the processed food, which
Yeah.
is smart, really.
At this point,
Yeah,
yeah,
it might be safer.
It might be fucking safer. Yeah.
To be fair, it might be safer to eat that than some fish because they've probably got more microplastics in the fish.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Well, definitely, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
has to be.
UK ranks only second worst for mental health in global survey. I mean, that's
Considering how bad our places are, rivers and stuff, that's not. We're still terrible. Second,
it's
I mean, who's
yeah.
going to be worse than us then?
I can't remember actually.
It might say in the article.
Yeah.
You'd like to
I
think, so we
can't
can at
remember
least
what
lord it
was
over
off the top of
someone.
my head though, so I'm gonna have to.
Luxembourg, no, Luxembourg are chill. Might be Germany because they're still gripping with what they've done. Europe, did you say?
No, it's the world apparently.
Oh God, damn it!
In ones that are
America
willing
then.
to take part,
America then maybe.
maybe. It doesn't actually say. I'm questioning this article now.
Cambodia.
Oh, the only country that scored lower was Uzbekistan.
Oh my God. Long it was Pakistan.
Uzbekistan.
It's one of the war-torn places.
When was the
isn't it?
last fucking time you ever heard of Uzbekistan?
So hold on. So that means Ukraine right now has got better mental health than us.
Apparently so.
Oh my damn. Oh my God, they can't.
I mean, that says something, doesn't it? Fuck me.
Surely Gaza can't.
How are we only just better than Uzbekistan for mental health? That is atrocious.
Yeah.
Mind you, having said that, like still to this day, no employer I have ever been employed by understands mental health issues.
Yeah.
Literally none of them. I'll try and explain it the first time. Every time I'll give them a chance of like, look, I'm dealing with this thing right now. I can't do this because of this. I just need a day to get myself off. It's like a normal sick day, but it's like, oh no, I think you do. I don't know about this. This seems ridiculous. Like, fuck off.
Mental
don't-
health day. Yeah, that's such a known thing.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, America's got to have better mental health than us.
Yeah, because they have mental health
days.
days. They literally have those.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But it's just a problem as well, though. It's maybe to do with us people too, is that everybody always takes advantage of the things.
Yeah, that is a problem, and also it is part of the old British tradition thing again of stiff upper lip shit. You know, you don't talk about it. You just get on with it because that's what's best for you. You just put your mind to a task and you think about that instead. And you don't ever deal with the problem because that would be dealing with the problem, and that might make you a little bit upset.
It's taken until 2025 for the hard man in one of the soaps to
Yeah.
get depressed and almost kill himself and have to go through mental health things. Until 2025 for Phil Mitchell
Oh, poor
to do
Phil.
that.
Poor old Phil.
So they're only like now though, still because I know when I told any of my friends like when I was depressed at one point, I know they all like, they said they didn't purposely like change how they treated me, but they would change how they treated me.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
It's hard not to when you're dealing with someone who's like having a really bad time to not sort of.
Especially when you haven't done it yourself as well, if you haven't had any of that kind of stuff. Because if you've been through it, you get it a bit more.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want to have kid gloves on when you feel like that. If
Yeah.
anything, sometimes you want
people
mates
just to
want you more.
ignore it and act like they're like everything's normal because that's going to sort of pull you out of it. And for like 15 minutes of the day, you might forget the shit that's going on in your
and
head.
they remind you, it's like, oh, that's not the only thing in the world, actually. Is it?
Yeah,
There's other
yeah.
stuff too.
Yeah.
Things like that, But yeah, I've never got any of this help, though, to be fair, from anything government-wise, doctors-wise. All my stuff's come from trying to figure out my head on my own and talking to friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Talking to other people
Yeah.
that have been through things. None of it's from the government. So, you know what? Not surprised at all, actually.
Yeah.
And mental health, when you think about it, is atrocious.
It's terrible.
I can't think of any.
It's treated so fucking flippantly in this country.
And now as well, they've taken it off PIP.
Yeah.
Like you can't even get health.
Yeah, no,
benefits
because
towards it anymore.
no, you're fine, really. It's like, no, there are genuinely people who are incapable of working because of their mental health conditions.
Yeah, but if you're physically now able to dress yourself,
Then
feed
you
yourself,
can,
not just
yeah.
if you do it, but if you're physically able to, then you don't get any health-related payments in like a year anyway.
It's fucking
Unless-
foul, man.
Unless
It's
somebody
foul.
can fucking do something to change it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is as well, it's like they are just not willing to do what they need to do and tax the people who've got the money.
Yeah. They're taxing the.
They're taxing the people who don't have the money. We've been squeezed and squeezed and squeezed for years. We voted for something different, and then they've just done the same thing again and squeezed us.
Yeah, apparently they had a secret thing where they decided all the Labour people to be Tories.
Yeah.
So when that happened.
Who knew? England's officially the worst place in the world for finding a home. We're number one again.
Yeah, baby.
Hey!
We're number one.
Yeah.
We're number one.
Oh yeah.
We're number one.
That's right.
We're number one.
That's right.
But not at good things. No.
No.
We're number none. We're number one. One is a none.
Yeah.
Up my bum.
We suck.
Oh. That was better than anything that the English property market has done.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So the country's sky-high rental costs and dire property conditions are among the worst in the developed world.
I actually learned a bit of this after a while. I was talking to one of my mates in the group chat.
Oh.
Because we have smart conversations sometimes.
Ooh, cool.
He was telling me about this guy, and I can't remember the guy's name,
Mm.
but about complaining about rich people needed to be taxed more. But specifically, he was on about the rich people that are asset rich.
Oh, landlords.
Yeah, they like live in other countries, and apparently there's a lot of them live in other countries and like have loads of assets here that they rent out. But then we didn't know if they paid. Like, if this is what I was unsure about. If somebody lives here and they pay rent to a guy in Barbados, but they, because they own a house here and they rent it.
Yeah.
Is that 500 quid they send to Barbados? Does it get taxed here first?
It gets taxed here first a little bit,
Okay, so that's something at least.
but then the vast majority of it goes somewhere else.
Yeah, but this is what I also said, because they were saying like they felt like that if somebody's got the house here, they should be paying taxes. I'm like, why would they be paying taxes? Because they don't live here, so then like your taxes are like for the upkeep of the roads and the bins and all that stuff. So it's supposed to be. And if they're not here using the facilities, I don't think it's fair that they should have to pay anyway. We'd get more money if they did, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I was at work and there was a guy who'd come in and they were talking about it and I overheard. Like, the guy has 12 properties that he rents out.
at least if he lives here, that's different then.
Yeah, he lives here, but he's still renting out 12 properties and he's got shitloads of money and he's got no time left over, so he's decided to start tuning some cars. And it's like, fucking really?
Fair play that he got to that point in life.
I mean, you say
could be
that,
jealous
but
of it,
that's 12 properties that people can't buy to own and live in. They are now just going to be there for renting, and like that's
but-
okay and everything. But like, man, you got to give people
There
an
are plenty of
opportunity
people
to
that can't-
actually buy a
There are
fucking
plenty
house.
of people that can't buy a house anyway. Like, you have to have good credit for that.
This is the problem, though. Like,
that could
it
be on there.
didn't
We're
used to
probably one
be.
of the worst credit people with credits.
This isn't just about renting. This is about purchasing houses as well. It's ridiculously hard
Oh yeah,
to find a house
because
anymore.
then once they've got the house, you're gonna have to pay more to get it off them as well if you want to buy it. But
Not to mention, every single fucking bit of this country is owned by someone.
this is what
Every single fucking inch of it.
that-
You cannot build on something that isn't owned by someone without buying it from them first, and then probably putting in a fucking 3-year wait
permission.
for planning permission.
Yeah, that's the silly thing. 'Cause even if you own it, you have to get planning permission to build something on it.
Yeah.
Like, but I
Even if
own
it's
it.
nowhere near anyone else, even
Yeah.
if it's just going to be your own tiny property, nope, sorry, you can't do that.
That's what
Why
Jeremy
can't I do that?
Clarkson-
Because you're right next to this owl sanctuary.
I saw Jeremy Clarkson getting told he couldn't build stuff on his own farm. Like, what?
Yeah.
It is stupid. Like, you own it, you should be able to do what you want.
You'd
As long as
think.
it's not going to damage everything. You're,
Yeah, provided you're not ridiculous.
you're making a smog creating machine for no reason.
It's not like it's got a problem with fucking neighbours nearby either. It's not like it's fucking so stupid. Oh, this country.
no way to make money though for the government.
Yeah. It's not just about the money though, and the lack thereof. This is coming from Time Out magazine. by the way.
Okay.
The report also talks about dire living conditions. The HBF found that 18% of people living in England are in subpar properties with either a leaking roof, damp walls, mouldy
Hell yeah.
floors, rot in the window frames, etc., etc.,
Damp.
etc. damp. You know,
That's a huge
fucking
one. That's like,
fucking just broken fucking like doors and windows and
if
fucking
you're a landlord as well, you should be straight up sorting that stuff straight away. You've
Yeah.
got a. That's why I'm like, there's certain things they have to do too. So it's like it's not just.
yeah.
But if they're doing
A
it,
good
at least anyway,
landlord
yeah.
does do that. A good landlord does do that, and there are good landlords.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
plenty.
that it's impossible,
Yeah.
but I just think that people should also have more of an opportunity to be able to buy a house, and also property in general should just not be this expensive. It is
I've heard it's gone up,
impossible.
like so much.
It's so impossible for anyone except for people who've like played the system or had a handout to be able to do it.
I feel like that just with driving alone as well, let alone like a house on top.
Mm,
When I was like running a house, like living with the missus and the boys, like all my money literally went on the rent and stuff. Just nothing. I was working like
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too much, man.
It's ridiculous how expensive it is to live now. And like wages haven't gone up in relation to prices again and again and again and again, year after year after year. And also, did you see? Oh my God. Talking about how shit this fucking government is.
Go on.
They
Which
just
I can do a lot.
they just gave themselves a nine grand a year pay rise.
Oh God.
Everyone else doesn't get the money. Everyone else is paying more tax, but these wankers have gone, you know what we deserve? Almost an extra 10k a year.
You know what? Maybe we should set up a protest. 'Cause apparently nobody else is bothering.
Yeah,
I really think maybe
legit, maybe we should.
because
This is
I want to
crazy.
think of like a proper
They are
creative way to
earning
protest.
almost £110,000 a year now.
That's
Base salary. Before they do
that
any
all
of
the
their...
MPs or
Yeah. Before they do any of their fucking book tours or their fucking speeches or their fucking
I'm assuming that,
back-ended fucking deals.
I'm assuming they have to at least sign in. Was that bonus extra?
No, that's just that is their salary. That is their
I know
yearly
they have
salary.
to sign in to the MP to get something a day, but that might just be to get.
I think
spending money, actually.
that's to get access to like the free meals and shit.
Yeah. You get like
You
an
have to
allowance.
basically go, I turned up, sir, and then they go, here, have an £80 meal for free.
Basically, yeah, they give you like a.
Oh, would you like a
carton.
bottle of Bollinger with that, sir? Fucking wankers.
That's the protests that we do are stupid.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single protest where I've been like, oh, that's a good protest.
Yeah.
That's going to do something.
It's always against the wrong people. The
Yeah.
people who actually can do shit about it have protected themselves from the fucking the public so much.
We should all congregate every morning or for a whole day outside
Outside, yeah, the
MP
fucking
place and
yeah.
just pull our trousers down. Everyone moon them.
The Great British Moon Off.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Do some different each time. We'll pretend to throw eggs at them, but they've got like wires because we're not being violent, so they can't arrest us.
That's true.
We'll be like throwing eggs at them that will come back like yo-yos. And we're like, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, look at you.
Or just
You look
figure out-
foolish.
Figure out the exact routes that the important people go to and just sit along those routes, sit in the traffic and stuff,
Yeah.
so that they can't go home. Not that everybody else can't get home, just them specifically.
Yeah.
Sit in front of the door. I don't know how near you can get to it, but you'll be able to get near it. It's a door.
It's a big gate.
I mean,
It's a really big gate.
there's got to be some kind of.
In fact, they didn't the
stink
Tories
bombs.
bring in like laws to say that you're not allowed to fucking protest near Parliament anymore or
yeah,
something.
well, that's why you got to ignore them.
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's
You might have
so
to be prepared to
bullshit.
get
This
arrested.
country has done so many fucking anti-demonstration and protest laws. It's fucking crazy.
And it's just crazy to me hearing people wanting to follow them when you do the protest. As long as you're not being violent, you could. To me, everything else is fair game. Be
You're
creative.
fucking right.
Everybody does the same thing, inundate all of the any of the socials with like the same phrase over and
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Think of a phrase for
Get
it,
it, get it to fucking to trend.
Yeah.
and get going.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You can do all these different things at once. I might be better at like the mooning aspect rather than the Facebook aspect.
Do you want to know what else we suck at?
Oh, go on.
UNICEF data shows UK ranks worst amongst world's richest countries in child poverty rates.
So out of the richest countries, we've got the worst child poverty.
Yep,
That
that sounds about right.
That does sound about right.
There's people at the top with so fucking much money it makes us look rich, and then there's people at the bottom with so little money that their kid literally can't afford to eat. It's cool, innit? Doesn't it make you feel good to be
The
British?
fact that's the kind of shit which is why I'm embarrassed to be British now. More like old people too. You know, like dying from being malnourished
Because they can't choose between food and heating, and one of them's going to kill them very much quicker than not eating.
And that they're trying to say as well somehow that this new stuff that they're doing, you know, for the government is going to make social care better. I don't see how.
I know.
I really don't see fucking how. Especially as you know, so many people that get money, are having money taken off them. It's going to be a lot of old people too.
Yeah. I want to bomb through the last of these because I want us to get onto happier subjects and just do some chill talk. UK survival ranks worst among the world for the deadliest cancers.
Worst among
Our survival rates
survival rate
of the deadliest cancers, i.e. the ones that are most likely to kill you, are the worst, once again, in the developed world.
Do you know why that is? Because the NHS totally sucks, motherfucker.
Yeah, because the thing is, you go to a doctor and the doctor goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Come back to us in like a month or so if it's a problem." And these deadliest cancers are the ones that act very quickly. And by the end of the month, it's like, "Oh, sorry, you should have come to us like a month ago."
Yeah.
I did, you cunt.
Literally it though, man. Like I totally reckon that's why. Like, actually, I'll wait till after, but it's like the Lucy Letby stuff. It's more and more looking like just straight up NHS fuck ups.
Yeah,
and not her.
Right, and they just pinned it on someone so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the fucking people at the top getting the blame.
This is exactly what it seems like,
Because
and blatantly as well.
Right.
The evidence that they use, he's come up like this. The expert, they use a lot of evidence from what this expert was saying on a report like 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
And he's come out saying, you totally misunderstood, misrepresented
Everything that I've said, yeah.
He's gone through and disproved everything.
Yeah. Britain has more surveillance cameras per person than any other country except China.
Oh, yeah, China's got more cameras. That's cool. I mean, it doesn't, like, you know, I'm not surprised America aren't in that, because America probably would be just as much, but they have such a bigger area. And
it's per person, though.
I know, but I'm thinking, like, you know, actually, yeah, that would make it. But there's huge areas in America where they don't have cameras. They would have.
Yeah, but even then, in the cities, you'd still have, like, expect it to be more. It's like.
Yeah, but there's a lot more big rural areas as well.
Yeah, but, like, there's other countries in the world as well that have got, like, plenty of opportunity to have loads more cameras. Germany.
Oh, yeah, Dubai.
Yeah. No,
Tokyo.
but we are second only to fucking China.
Surprising, considering we're
an actual fucking state that keeps their like people off the internet because it's like, nah,
yeah.
we don't trust you with that.
I mean, you could lag it obviously with crime stuff too, but the problem is that when there's a crime, and that's when they don't seem to be able to get the surveillance camera footage.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, even America, they managed to get footage of P. Diddy.
Yeah.
They can do that.
There's an interesting one here. We were talking about freedom of speech the other day in the UK and that it's fucked up.
Well, there isn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out it's not just normal free speech. It's also academic free speech.
Oh, well, that's probably just as bad in America too, that one.
Yeah. So, UK ranks 66th in academic freedom index, lower than any other Western European country.
Fucking hell.
In a global assessment,
the America of Europe. So.
Yeah, this is from the afcom.org.uk. The global assessment of de facto levels of academic freedom in the UK has scored worse than Peru, Burkina Faso, and Georgia.
We scored worse than SpongeBob's place. What the hell?
The Academic Freedom Index measures levels of academic freedom on 5 indices. Freedom to teach and research. To what extent are scholars free to develop and pursue their own research and teaching agendas without interference? Freedom of academic exchange and dissemination. To what extent are scholars free to communicate research ideas and findings? 3, institutional autonomy. What extent do universities exercise institutional autonomy in practice? Basically, are you allowed to act in your own independent way, or are you just a branch of the government? Campus integrity. To what extent are campuses free from politically motivated surveillance or security infringements? Now that is a big problem.
Oh, I thought that was a question, and you was going to say the amount. What was? Say that bit again, because it kind of confused me. The
To
wording.
what extent are campuses free from politically motivated surveillance or security infringements?
To what extent?
Yeah.
Oh, so
there
what
are
extent is it then?
there are a lot of situations where students are being sort of earmarked as potentially a problem because of political things, and
Some of it I get.
yeah, some of it.
Some of it I get.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's.
But the problem is, once you open the door to one person, the government will try and extend that reach to other people. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, that guy was a problem, and this guy who's a little bit worse, he's a bit of a problem, and now that guy's a little bit worse, so he's a little bit.
That's
of a
the
problem.
idea of why they have free speech in America, because the government can take too much control if you start being like, well, you can't do that, but you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe Rogan talks about that kind of thing a lot, and I agree with that. It's a slippery slope, as they say.
It's a slippery slope.
And we are.
Once you give them a
already
little
way
bit
down
of
it.
power, they will just keep cracking that door a little bit further open until it's wide the fuck open.
Unfortunately, it sounds very conspiracy, but that's also something they blatantly realised during COVID too.
Yeah. Freedom of academic and cultural expression. Is the academic freedom and freedom of expression related to cultural issues?
Okay, translate again.
Basically, are you free to like?
So are they asking this, or are they saying we're not? Basically,
Well, they're saying we're not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, are you able to culturally express yourself? Are you able to?
You're not.
No,
Not honestly.
No.
It's getting better.
Mm.
I do think it's getting better, but it's only because it's been so bad for so long that the wave will always start going down.
Yeah.
That's
But
that's nothing
basically-
we've done to make it better. It just goes that way naturally.
it does feel like a sort of an admittance that there's very little freedom left in this world. Even academic institutions, who are people who are supposed to be free to think about new ideas
Yeah.
and like philosophical ideas, things that people otherwise might not be thinking about, things that probably do deserve to be
In
thought about.
universities and stuff, like you're supposed to be challenging your mind with ideas
Yeah.
and stuff. But that's like you bring people in now. I've heard of so many different situations where they brought speakers in. It's a lot more. I've heard it in England and I've heard it in America too. So I can't differentiate between the two because I know it's just as bad in both.
Yeah.
Because we're so connected. Like there's just a lot of that kind of stuff. And then you get both sides, like with the Israel-Palestine stuff, you got both sides in one place, and then they make a whole thing. That's not even looking at the political correctness stuff from before it. That's looking at like current kind of geopolitical shit,
Yeah.
There's always reasons. I saw like about this woman who got like chased across the campus by like a whole group of people and was scared for her life and that, and there's still videos of it, and it's like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Like people would love to say that they're against bullying, and they'll show that by bullying someone.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
For example.
People are very stupid.
Yeah.
It turns out your average person, once they sort of get sucked into groupthink, is a complete fucking idiot.
Yeah, mob rule. Mob rule and all that. Like,
Yeah.
we can all do it. That's the thing. I'm not trying to say that I can't do it either. And that.
My favourite...
I don't like groups, so I don't experience it as much.
I've got to find the quote about mob intelligence.
For every person, for every second person or another person, it's divided by that many people, how intelligent you are.
Yeah, I think it's Terry Pratchett's one specifically.
Oh, no, I was just saying that. If that's near to the quote, then cool.
Here we
I
go.
was just talking then.
The intelligence of a creature known as a crowd is the square root of the number of people in it.
Oh, that's basically what I said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me and Terry Pratchett, man, on the same level. I did at one point.
And that's fucking accurate, man. The
did
more people there are, the dumber they are.
I also did at one point, though, talking about Terry Pratchett, I also did start writing a fantasy series at one point called
nice.
VHS World.
Cool.
Mm.
That sounds pretty rad, to be fair.
And I learned that he had something called Discworld. I was
Yeah,
like, wow, that's
yeah.
similar.
Yeah, Discworld's good, man.
Yeah, VHS World was good on the
Yeah.
same level.
Yeah. Nice.
It doesn't exist. I'm taking the mic.
Oh, you're taking the pick.
I do
It's a
that
shame,
sometimes.
because in my mind, VHS World is like just...
Pixelated.
It's not even that. It's just like a world that is made exclusively from like ideas from the era of VHS movies.
And
You
a
know
lot
what I
of it's
mean?
pixelated as well.
Yeah. And there's like you know,
Like Minecraft pixelated.
Power Ranger style mechas in it. There's fucking a Rambo type guy. There's like
Yeah, Power Rangers. That's a bit, like talking movies.
yeah.
I think. I mean, I can't actually remember what we were saying. To be
That's it.
honest
It's
with you.
Rambo versus a Power Ranger dude though, because the Power Ranger dudes had to be taken in on the bad side. How good's that?
Also, the Green Ranger.
Yeah,
That'd be good. The Green Ranger versus Rambo.
Yeah,
Rambo's got that prep time, obviously.
yeah,
Like when he brings them all into the forest.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Is that that's not in First Blood? You only kill one person. I think in First Blood, don't
yeah. Because they drew first blood and then he killed him.
he? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was just.
They do first blood.
I thought it was that he was got his first period or something. I thought that's what. It was
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, that will happen to a young girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Young girl. As you explained.
Oh
with
man,
Expendables 4.
that was so bad.
I do
Just
want to watch it.
literally, it just shot across my head. I was like, "Fuck, that's a bad movie."
I hadn't even seen it, and that pretty much came across my face.
It was so fucking bad.
Explanation of it.
Oh dear.
I do want to start we need to start doing like films we have to watch and then we'll talk about them.
Oh,
for
we
a bit.
definitely do.
Because plenty of good films, and we probably won't cover them.
No, we're gonna do the bad ones
But the
because
ones that-
that's fun.
or if they're people. I like films that people are like, oh, it's not a good film, and then you're watching, you're like, what are you talking about? Is it good? You just don't. You think it's cool.
Oh, there's
to say
loads
it's
of
not
those.
Good.
There's loads of those.
Like Amelia Perez, amazing.
Penis and vagina.
A man, a woman to man. Stop with that. I need to get the album, man.
Yeah,
I should totally. Actually, you know what? There's got to be a soundtrack album like that.
you should do one of those ones where it's
Do
like
review.
listening to the Amelia Perez soundtrack for the first time.
Oh, like a little, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and do that. Oh shit, penis to vagina.
Should make like a separate React channel or something like that, a secondary channel.
Yeah.
Because I do like when I go to game or something, I'm like, I don't want to do it on the channels we got because you might take it down on the algorithm.
I'll tell you what I did want to do as well before we end, because I have been on a negative vibe.
Well, no, we were just talking about England.
We're talking about England, but on a negative vibe.
I'm still somewhat proud to be English.
What things? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What things do you still find pride in the
See,
UK?
I'm saying. Other than the racism
Yeah, of course, it goes without saying.
and the shaven heads.
The gammons, my friend.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm about to say I have to take pride in the fact we're decent at football.
We're not
I'm
bad.
going to rephrase that. We have to take pride in the fact that our women are decent at football.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think we still,
As a people, the standard,
Your
your
average man
people
on
that
the
goes to
street.
the pub and that, your
Yeah.
average guy, they're all pretty cool.
yeah,
You can have a laugh with them. We're pretty cool despite the fucking crap that our country's doing. I'll say that
Yeah.
actually.
yeah,
People can be pretty fun despite how crap the country is.
yeah. I think a lot of people have stopped
Giving a shit.
caring as much. I
Yeah,
think
that's
is
definitely true.
that is definitely true of this country.
Yeah,
But I
we
don't.
do kind of go down that line more, don't we?
Yeah, and I don't think that's necessarily the people of the country's fault. As you say, I think it's just
I'm
literally
like that as well, so I get it. That's the thing,
we've
I
been
totally
through
get it.
so much bullshit over the past like 20
Nothing ever
years.
changes as
Yeah,
well. So it's
literally
like,
20 years, nothing's fucking changed.
which is why, you constantly stress yourself out if you're always
Yeah,
stressed about it. But at the same time, it's like, I need to do something though.
yeah,
There's some people trying to do some stuff at least. I'm hoping we take suit from, once again, I'm not saying I follow all the same things because I don't know. I don't know what's left and right.
Yeah.
But if we can start doing somewhat kind of stuff that Trump's doing, going that kind of way.
I want someone to come in like a wrecking ball and
Yeah.
just disintegrate
Exactly.
what the old school version of politics was in the UK. And at this point, I almost don't care if they're right wing, left wing, or fucking a whole new fucking wing that sprouts out the middle of their chest, right?
Have to be.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Back fin.
Because at the moment, everything is just so weirdly warped, and everyone's doing the same fucking things, and there is no such thing as left and right anymore in the
Yeah.
UK. There's just the same fucking government with different fucking colours.
The goalposts have really been changed with that. You see the same thing in America too. The amount of people that were like, as you know, I get confused with which, but the amount of people that will say, "Oh, I was Republic before. I voted for this person in 2016. I voted against Trump, and now with Trump."
Yeah.
Like, and people insult people for that too, though, for changing their mind or for evolving more than anything. Probably where the general right and left.
You should be able to change your opinion.
Yeah, especially when the goalposts are changing too.
Yeah, there's changing your opinion is a natural, if not healthy, thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
When you have new evidence presented to you,
yeah,
and it changes and it differs from your opinion enough, but it's good enough information that it has to change your opinion. You don't bury your head in the sand and say, no, that's a lie. You go, right, I need to find out what's going on here. I need to find out how true this is. I need to find out the other opinions on this. I need to find out what's going on. You need to use your fucking head, and then you can look at it with all of the facts and make your fucking decision.
Unless somebody says you're not funny and you laugh in their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never take that.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Never take that.
No.
No, I'm not funny. Pull my trousers down.
You will laugh.
Tell me that's not funny.
Almost immediately.
And they're like, why am I supposed to laugh? It's a giant dick. I'm like, I can't get an erection without passing out.
Yeah. Watch.
It's a curse. You just cut out like the 4 minutes there of me like squishily
trying to thumb in a softie.
There you go, yeah. That's a phrase, that is. That's a future episode name right there.
I can't claim that one. That's Jimmy Carr.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
That was the name of his one-off sketch show.
Oh, was it?
There was a DVD extra on one of his shows.
Oh, wow, okay.
It was legitimately fucking hilarious.
Everything that man does is funny.
Yeah. There was one where he's been strapped to a tree by his mates in a park. And like some bloke comes along and he's like,
already unrealistic Jimmy Carr mate. But...
yeah, and he's got his trousers down and stuff, and he's just sort of, oh, can you help me? I need help. And this bloke comes over and he goes, oh, it's not your day, is it? He just sort of pulls his trousers down as well, and it turns to black. And it happens.
Is that cold?
No.
Damn.
Then this old lady,
that went dark quick.
This old lady comes along, and her dog fucking does it as well.
Does what?
Her dog fucks him.
Oh.
It's like there's no fucking way, like, there's no wonder why this never made it to TV, because you could never have put this on a fucking TV channel.
I see some sort of made it to TV. I don't know how, on BBC too, like the Frankie Boyle.
Oh, that was crazy shit.
How did that make it to TV?
One of my favourite ones of that was a version of him who was like just a mental weirdo who thought he was in Knight Rider. Dun, 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 dun.
I like the just offensively racist stuff myself. Like I can't remember what it was, like the Iraq version of Loose Women, and then it's just four people at the desk in like hijabs and that, and then all of a sudden they're all just yanked up by nooses.
Oh, fuck, I remember that one. That was
damn.
Fucking savage. Holy shit, man. Fuck. It was a different time. It was a different fucking time. It was a time when a man could have a character called Ahmed the Dead. The what was it? Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Silence! I kill you. You can say anything with a puppet on your hand.
Yeah,
a classic song has told us that. Triumph, he got away with that a lot too.
Yeah.
The Muppets, apparently, they were having sex parties.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Big Bird wasn't just that reason, because they're big. Well,
it's the reason why, I do think it is the reason why you don't get decent comedies anymore, though. Like, legit, straight up. Like, movie studios can't make a good comedy anymore because they're too scared of like
Yeah.
upsetting this person or that person or that person or this person,
I still have
and
the same
everything has
native
to be
order.
so fucking like cleaned and smoothed out so that every single different demographic will like it. And it's like, that's not what comedy is.
Yeah,
It
if
has
it's not
never
offending
been.
someone, then it's not the right kind of
Yeah,
comedy.
there's some people out
Even
there.
super clean comedy should offend someone because they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's too clean for me, man.
Yeah. There's some people out there who just cannot stand South Park, and you know what? That's fine. They don't have to watch it. I
get
fucking
it.
will.
I understand why some people wouldn't,
Yeah,
because I feel like that now with Rick and Morty.
they go fucking hard. Like South Park has and always will go fucking hard.
There's just for me, there's like a how would you say it actually? There's a groundedness still to South Park,
Yeah.
though, especially when you look at it compared to Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
But and they normally say some shit that's got some meaning to it as
they
well.
do. Yeah, it's like
Like
the
some facts to it. I mean, it's probably a better way to put
yeah.
that.
I'm in the middle of the series where Mr. Garrison becomes president.
Oh god, yeah, the
And
one that changed it all.
Yeah,
Such an interesting series.
and it's fucking member berries and shit.
it the one
Hey,
where-
member, I member.
Is it the one where he's actually already president or running?
No, running. Yeah.
Running,
Yeah.
okay. The one after that is like where they had to change everything last minute.
Yeah, because they didn't think he was going to win,
Then-
and then lo
yeah.
and behold, fuck, he did.
Yeah. A fair play for them, not just carrying on, like with a couple of episodes the same, and they
Yeah.
could've, like shot Hillary Clinton or something.
Yeah, no, they just go straight up. Mr. Garrison is now Trump. And I loved it. I thought it was the best character change ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck him out of death.
It is funny though because
Now
obviously,
fuck that, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck him out of death.
obviously, if they'd have thought Trump would have ever got like anywhere full stop, especially where he is now, they would have had a Trump character like they normally have.
Yeah,
Uh,
they had a Canadian Trump.
did they?
Yeah,
Oh.
Canadian Trump built a wall against America from Canada.
That's ironic. JD Vance has gone over to Greenland to scope it out for when they invade.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Did you see the thing with the fucking news? They
Literally just added him into the chat
That's
accidentally.
amazing. And like somebody was saying, like he just happened to be the one apparently that was like really anti-Trump.
Yeah,
I'm like that news reporter was talking about it, and also all the people in his party are focusing on the wrong thing. They're all lambasting that
yeah.
reporter for
Yeah.
outing it. It's like, I mean, 'cause a lot of them are saying like, when Biden would have done this stuff, they wouldn't have outed it.
Yeah.
Well, that probably is true, yeah. But it's why you probably shouldn't have done it. It's not a silly mistake. That's quite a big mistake, man.
Yeah.
Like an ongoing war effort. And he's like, oh, well, it was a successful attack. It went off. Everything went down fine. Did you know as well? They put the name of a currently undercover FBI agent in the chat too. No, CIA.
Jesus
CIA.
motherfucking Christ.
Oh, I can't remember if it was CIA or FBI, but it was one of them. Currently undercover. And luckily, the reporter retracted the name.
Of course, because the reporter's doing their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, he is the only reason that didn't happen, and they're still lambasting him. Like, he was more fucking security conscious than you guys were. You shouldn't have even said that name to begin with.
Yeah.
Should be chatting on WhatsApp about it.
You should be
anyway.
using his fucking code name. That's what they're there for.
Maybe not on WhatsApp, full stop.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's an encrypted thing, so you can't get into the chats, and like WhatsApp can't look at the chats either. Apparently,
Who cares?
yeah, it's not. It's still not particularly. It doesn't feel like you should be talking about
It
confidential
doesn't
information
feel
on
like
there.
national security
Yeah.
should be being discussed
Yeah.
in the same way that like a group of mates share memes.
Yeah, and that's exactly what.
You know what I mean? That shouldn't be a thing that happens.
To the point as well where you can add somebody in. What apparently happened was they'd added another number, like a secondary number, onto a contact by accident. So when they added the one contact in, it added the secondary one in too.
Right.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't solve the issue.
Yeah, none of that matters in my opinion. Like none of that is important.
The problem still remains. Why did you do that?
Yeah. If that's the most secure fucking line of contact.
The only way I can think it makes logical sense is if someone in there was like, "This is bullshit. I need to get this into someone," and added them in without anyone else knowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what a lot of people say, because it's like, I think they've got the name actually that added it in,
Right.
because they're able to see obviously, but yeah, you never really know in this.
No.
From what I've heard,
It might have been JD Vance just because he's an idiot.
no, it wasn't him. It's a random name I didn't know. He was in there though.
Yeah.
But
That
no,
guy. Have you seen all the memes of his face?
no.
Oh my god! Put in JD Vance face memes. JD Vance face memes, bro. Oh god.
He really wanted to do it, and now he's like, "Oh, I gotta do it myself."
Yeah,
Too.
that's okay.
I can lean over and do the mouth in a second. Though, I'm almost done. What the fuck even is that? Which one's supposed to be him? Oh, the one at the top right, isn't it?
Top left as well.
Is it? What?
That's actually from an old picture of JD Vance. Apparently.
That we need to check. What? Just click on the finger. It should tell you on the actual photo on your. Go into the
Bloated JD Vance. I think it's like pushed, but like they took one of like an old picture to start with.
yeah. Looks fucking weird because like Kyle Gass.
That's so funny. There's so many memes of his face, dude. It's so good.
Hold on one sec.
So weird.
I'm just trying to figure out how that's his face. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, though, don't you worry. Go on, let's have a look at this. JD Vance becomes social media meme star after face off with. Let's have a look properly. Okay, go on Business Standard. Fill us in.
Oh, come on in, Business Standard. You got this. They are the standard.
When I think I want to know all about the memes,
You
and
come
what
to
they mean,
Business Standard.
I come to Business Standard.
That's
You go
right.
to for all your meme goodness.
Memes.
Fucking, my hands don't want to work today.
Do you like memes, young boy?
What is happening? This isn't what I wanted.
That's nothing like what we were fucking sold. Thank you very much.
What is going on? No, fuck, not resume. Hold on, close. Whoa!
Oh my god! What the fuck?
There we
oh
go.
my
It
god!
worked. Okay. So that's the one apparently. JD Vance's heated exchange with Zelensky over US funding for Ukraine sparks strained ties and rival memes. You see, anyone that didn't like it would focus on JD Vance.
Yeah.
But I don't blame him. He was the one that kind of started it all, to be honest.
Yeah.
The United States has a new political memes. Vice President has taken over social media, becoming the face of countless memes after his fiery in a tense Oval Office. We don't need to know that.
Yeah, we know all this shit.
Yeah. Turning.
What are the memes, you dicks? Is that it?
She's creating exaggerated comical portrayals of the vice president.
Oh, so it's all fake. It's just funny.
Like, pitting Bantam example of an overweight monster to an ogre, and even a child. Oh, so it's just all different things.
Yeah,
I did see a few different versions, to be fair. So, look, there's that. I like that one. I would see. Oh, it's just a MAGA hat backwards, essentially, and it's.
Yeah.
That one doesn't make sense to me, to be honest.
I find that one so funny.
That one makes a bit more sense, seen in bold, you know. I don't know why, that makes more sense seen in bold now.
Yeah.
I get it now more, you know. That's weird, how much more I get it just for seeing it bold.
Yeah.
He's not even bold, but there's a stern face there. Look at
Look at him. Looking all angry.
that. He kind of looks like Bam Margera. Yeah.
He does look like Bam.
I think he open image in the tab.
You should have said please.
Please. That's the best one.
Yeah.
I like that. You need to make his hands fatter.
Yeah.
He should be holding like a donut
Yeah, you should.
or a shake weight.
I don't know why. I just find it inherently funny.
I don't have any particular respect for him. I don't really know who he is.
Yeah,
Still
I just
now.
find it funny.
Yeah.
I just find it funny. I just think that fucking bubble face is so fucking hilarious. Oh shit!
There was a guy that had been on death row for like 50 years.
Yeah.
That was finally acquitted. He got like a huge payout, like hundreds of millions of yen.
Oh, he's in China.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think. Or was it? What's the Japanese one?
Oh no, yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Japan, yeah.
What's the Chinese one in that case?
I don't
Rubles. What am I on about? They don't get money.
know.
Silly.
Nah, no one gets money over there in communism.
You don't need money in communism.
No.
You need your bare fists,
Yeah,
a giant salmon
yeah,
for attacking and for nourishment,
yes.
and a G-string.
It's a very, very old G-string.
Well, yeah, you're not going to wear it yourself. It's to make your
No, it's
enemies-
for the honor that comes with it, because it was, came from your grandfather and your grandfather's grandfather and his grandfather.
So you don't wear it. You just snip it every now and then.
Every
Yeah,
day, just to get the warrior's essence.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Popeye has spinach.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
the Nazis had less.
Yeah, I would love to make that movie. I'd love to make a martial arts movie where he has to sniff an ancient, like, fucking jock strap to get his powers.
That would be a better sketch because I feel like that joke would get old quick.
He'll get old real quick.
Yeah. A good sketch though.
Yeah.
We could make our Avengers.
Yeah, we
Have
could.
some like short sketches. For
Did I
each
tell you
different
about my favourite idea I ever
hero.
had for a comic book character? He was called
Buttman.
Leet Man.
What?
He was called Leet Man.
Leet.
Leet.
Okay.
1337. You know what that means? That's Leet. That's gamer talk for elite.
Oh.
1337 equals, if you turn it upside down, it looks like leet, and that means elite, which means 1337 means elite.
Could I just put another 3 in? Then couldn't you make it look elite then?
No, because it's 1337, bro. Right? It's just 1337.
But if you put 1337
It's leet, right?
But you can do the E as well, though.
You don't get to do the E because sometimes you only get 4 characters.
Is it like these tards that want to call pizza czars? Is that what it's like?
No.
Oh.
Because also there's liter clock,
Okay.
which is 137. 1337.
Is that
Leet.
what time all elite wrestling should be?
No, that is, if you're doing anything at liter clock, it's going to be successful.
At 1:37
At 1337
a.m.
p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. No. What if you're trying to look at the moon?
Yeah.
How you look at the
It's
moon?
going to work.
How?
Google it.
Google it. Okay.
Yeah.
okay. I'll give you that one. You got me there.
Yeah.
What if you wanted?
It has to be an endeavor as well. It has to be something you're trying to do. It has to be something
What
you're
if I wanted?
If you're
to be an
gonna-
owl?
If
No,
you're gonna
that's
go to the shop, you're gonna find yourself some fucking good deals. If you're gonna, do a sketch, it's gonna be a good fucking
No, if
sketch.
it's a Sunday, they'll be closed. So.
No. But Leet Man,
Elite
right?
man.
He is a computer gamer who has the ability to respawn. He doesn't die. So every time he gets killed, his body hits the floor, despawns, and then he sort of just respawns somewhere around a corner.
I like that.
So-
Like a modern version of Deadpool.
yeah.
That's cool.
Every single time he just goes, "Gah."
Do.
Man, you made me use a life. I hate you.
How many lives
You
got
fuck
left?
with my high score.
That'd be good. Yeah, he like talks like he sees everything like a game. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fucking great, right?
And it'd be a great character to put in the game as well.
Yeah.
Especially if he's in a game with people that aren't in the game, and he's telling.
And he's telling him, "No, you don't understand. You're in a game."
he can do your training as well
Yeah,
because you're the only one who will understand him.
I think it's a great idea for a character.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I
Yeah.
wanted to be. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I wanted to be against
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I couldn't be.
I had another idea as well. It was a guy called Sergeant Shark Arms, but someone else did that first.
What? As in just.
He just literally got sharks for
Shark
hands.
Sharks for hands.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's been done. That's
Yeah.
even weirder.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad that's been done for you. You don't have to be the one.
Yeah.
Did you see they finally got those astronauts out, by the way?
The what?
Back? Just ones that NASA couldn't get to, so SpaceX are going to have to go and get them.
Oh yeah, they got them. Yeah,
Yeah, they got
yeah,
'em
and then not
finally.
get any extra pay.
Yeah, no overtime. What the hell,
the
man?
fuck do you mean no
God,
overtime?
what the balls?
Get fucked, no
They need
overtime.
to sort out their chins and stuff. You've seen all got like witch chins.
Yeah.
The one does.
How do you not get paid overtime for that?
I would sue them for that.
Like they're
It's not like
literally
they stayed
doing
there,
their job up there.
and it's their defect.
Yeah,
Not nothing
their
they have to know
defect
about it.
happened, but they kept doing missions and doing work while they were up there. You cannot not pay them fucking overtime. Are you kidding me?
Oh, you should have enough fucking money.
Yeah,
But like,
that's absolutely fucking batshit to me.
it really is.
It's in no other
Gotta sue
situation
them.
would anyone be allowed to get away with that.
They've got to sue them.
They've got to.
And there was like a big swirl in the sky, which I don't know if it was from the same launch, but it was from probably another SpaceX launch. Actually, if you think
Right.
about it, it couldn't have been the same one.
Right.
Actually. So this was like a couple of days ago. There was a big swirly kind of imagine like a luminescent cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
In the night, but it was like a big swirl.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just from a vortex being created. So.
Yeah, it was from the SpaceX thing.
Yeah.
As a lot of people didn't know at the time, and it was like apparently people on Facebook being like, "What is this?
Uh-huh. Oh
Aliens!"
my god, we're gonna die!
Man, I wouldn't have known what it was, though. I'd been like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
Knowing it was a SpaceX flight, makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
If they went obviously a different way. 'cause
I
we
mean,
normally do
SpaceX can basically just launch whenever the fuck they feel like it now.
wherever.
Yeah, no, whenever they want,
Whenever.
they fucking feel
Yeah,
like it. Now.
to a point, any.
It's like, look, there's going to be some debris coming down. Everyone just avoid this area for a bit. It's fucking crazy.
What do you mean?
Did you not see that? SpaceX did a launch, and their launch was going to come back down again. And because they've been sort of allowed relaxed sort of things because of the FAA shit,
Because they're
They literally-
close with
yeah, the
Trump.
thing was coming down right in the center of like a major fucking airline area, and all of the airlines had to change their path
What?
because of the predicted area of the debris.
What debris even? Because I thought it's supposed to be all like not falling apart. The SpaceX stuff.
Oh yeah, no, this
Did it
one
blow
didn't.
up?
This one blew up. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They keep having successful launches and then they blow more up. How are they
it's
doing
because
it?
what they do is they iterate really quickly and they change a load of shit, and one thing will go, and they're like, "Well, that thing broke, but we'll change that next time." Oh, look at now it works.
Well, then
But
stop.
now we've got to fix all these things. Let's fix all. Oh, it broke again.
Don't break what isn't fixed. No, so don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, but they need it. They need to get them to a point where they can build them reliably, constantly, so that
Do
they
it.
can go up and back.
Stop
and up
celebrating when they send one off and I get excited.
And back. Okay.
Not you, I mean them.
Yeah.
It's cool to see, and I want to see more of them.
They
I
they
don't
were-
want them to blow
They
up.
get in there. It's just maybe they should not have quite as relaxed regulations.
Maybe I should stop, insulting NASA for not doing it so much because they're
Yeah.
not doing a great job.
No,
They're doing a much better job than NASA, but NASA are doing other shit.
are they?
Oh, I think so.
Mm.
I mean, everywhere seems to be better than NASA. Like India's recently gone to the moon.
That's true.
I think, yeah, India went to the moon. again.
India, China have been to the moon.
Yeah.
Not people, but like landing shit.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out because I know there was like a rover that went. They were nearby, weren't they? The
I
one
think
of
so.
them, like,
Yeah.
They might as well have gone on, but
Yeah. People will be going back to the moon because then you can get to Mars.
definitely not to visit our alien brethren on the
No.
dark side of the moon.
No.
I don't trust the moon, as you know. I still don't trust the moon.
Yeah. Well,
Doesn't make sense.
I think until I'm
I think you
there,
can agree. that the
until
moon
I'm
doesn't make
there
sense.
standing on that moon, I'm not going to be sure.
Of what?
Of
Even-
what the moon is.
You wouldn't even know by standing on it.
Yeah.
Because if it's a layer of dirt
That's what I'm saying.
covering a metal
Oh.
shell,
Maybe.
you know,
Yeah.
because the
A metal shell, though.
the
I
craters
still-
go down so far, not as far
Yeah.
as they should, though.
Oh, right.
The amount of craters on there. It's like you got a crater this wide, so it should go down this much.
It'd be
but then
amazing if
stops
it just
here.
if it, one day it
Doesn't make
shook
any
it off
sense.
and it was just a fucking Death Star.
Like an old Death Star that's not really in use anymore.
Yeah. And everyone's like, "Oh, we got to get control of this motherfucker now," and then the whole world changes. Like,
And maybe the whole, colliding with a planet makes sense because it was then all the dust from that got around the dead Death Star.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe it's an old Faraday
Or
cage,
maybe it's something even more amazing. Maybe it's like a
an egg,
what? Yeah.
an egg with dirt.
I was gonna say a way to like travel faster than light, but yeah, no, an egg.
Oh, well, yeah. Inside the egg is a dragon,
Oh,
a
right.
space dragon.
A giant space dragon that'll
Oh, no,
eat the Earth
about-
on its birth.
No, there's about 70 like smaller space dragons.
Right.
Big enough to ride. Well, I have a lot of people to ride.
Who doesn't want to ride a space dragon?
I would love to.
I'd fucking love to.
They have an aura as well that pops out from like around
Yeah.
what we would look at and think are gills,
Right.
but they're actually like these things that pop out and you create like an aura of oxygen around you.
Right.
That's how they breathe too. They create their own oxygen, they breathe it
their
in,
own
it
oxygen.
pumps back out of the gills.
That's
It's an endless
amazing.
cycle.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get really high when they do it,
Yeah.
but they love it. Like catnip to them, man. They get so excited.
They get so excited to be in space making their own oxygen.
You don't get high though. It's not like it's like perfectly for our So they mimicked our atmosphere perfectly.
Right.
They're just floating around there. Like, every now and then they're like, that's how they know it's there.
All right.
One
Sick.
pops out, licks the atmosphere, goes back into the egg.
Right. They're like, nice. Nice bit of atmosphere. This is what it's tasting like today, lads.
An egg might be a bit of a misdemeanor.
A misdemeanor, a
Mm.
misnomer, do you mean?
That's excellent.
It's not a small crime.
It depends what you do there, I guess, really. Well, there's no laws actually on the moon, so I can't break anything.
No.
I'll make the laws and then you'll break them.
All right.
You'll come and arrest me for the things I've done on Earth. And I'll be like, that's illegal here. You're now going to
You're
die.
now going to jail, son.
And jail means death here.
Yes.
Well, it's not jail. We didn't do the opposite. You know how in jail you take them in, you put them in a building, you know, you give them the clothes, you do all that stuff, you keep them in. Here, we do the opposite. We take them to an open field and just take their clothes off.
Away you go.
It's the moon, so, you know, it's not going to go well.
It's not going to go very well at all.
You might
Yeah.
give them like a scuba, you know, like a scuba snorkel thing.
That's
like
not
a
gonna
really
work.
long one. It will do like a few breaths. Really
It's
long.
not going to work.
Really, really long.
It's
Like-
really long, though.
Really long. So long that you'd be like, that might as well be a Hadron Collider. And I'll be like, that's stupid. Longer than your intestines, though. And that's
Yeah.
long.
You know what I think would be the ultimate punishment if you're on the moon, if you're on one of the first like settlers on the moon, is you take the people and you put them in the original lander.
So you have to chill in that lander. then
Yes, you fucking sit in the lander and you think about what you've done. And we're taking your spacesuit away so you can't leave until we're back.
Ooh, oh. Ooh. That's just been mean. But then there's got to be a spacesuit in there. There's got to be spares.
No, you take those as well, don't you?
I don't know. It might have a sweet, sweet smell of Neil.
Just
Armstrong.
sitting there, sitting in the fucking 60s atmosphere, like, god damn, man. I should have just said Elon's joke was funny.
Well, here you are. Though. Elon will in the future be like some kind of like, I can't even remember what he's like, but I know it must be like the bad guy in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
It has to be looking at that.
He's
world.
he's very Thomas Edison.
Have you ever seen how, because I can imagine Tesla being involved in this too. Have you ever seen what I assume must be a deleted scene where they look at how Terminator was decided on, how he looks and stuff?
No.
I might show you then.
Let's do that. Let's do that as a way to
Entertaining.
to end out the show.
On here.
Dum, 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 dum.
Don't you dare fart. Let's have a look what's going on.
Dun,
Oh, yeah, the
dun,
Egypt
dun,
stuff. There has to be stuff done with that
Dun,
Egypt
dun.
stuff, but there won't be. It makes me sad.
Mm.
I want to find out. Maybe, actually, you know what? If I find out I've got like some kind of incurable illness, then I'm going to go dig in the pyramid. Yeah. Because then if they arrest me and throw me in jail, I'll...
Man knows what he's looking for.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the stuff in the pyramid.
Stuff.
What the fuck's the
in
favourite, you nipple?
pyramid.
I'm missing it. Where's... Oh, it's right there.
Dun, dun.
I also...
Things have gotten pretty
Sorry about that.
expensive lately, and I need to generate some additional income.
I stumbled upon data annotation and I took the initial call.
Fucking next the game.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night. Today we are playing Dexter the game. Now, bro, this game took me quite some time to download because this game isn't available on Steam and it's not something that you can just go.
Wire director, he's the one. I've had my eye on him for some time now,
Literally follow
waiting for him to show
level.
me his dirty
Yeah.
little
A bit
secrets.
later when you get to go around like the police
My
station
dark
and stuff.
passenger wants me to take action.
Of disturbed dirt.
Oh, great
Holy
gameplay. Look,
shit.
You found your first piece of evidence. Dexter, okay, blah, blah, blah,
This is
blah,
bare
blah. I guess we have to
minimum
find
product,
all
yeah.
the bodies. We really have to...
bodies, yeah.
This is
There's
must
moving
be.
like a
This
turtle.
looks like PlayStation
I mean,
2,
like,
but
what
I
is
bet
this?
this is like Xbox 360.
It's
I
mobile
literally
game,
can't...
apparently.
I literally can't
Mobile
run.
game.
Hence why I think there's some buttons on the screen to press. You know.
Hello?
Oh,
17 seconds.
Done
you
a bit.
gotta duck
I got
down.
this, right? 100%.
Find a bit later.
Did I...
Get to do your first murder?
About the thrill. Did he really enjoy it, or did he not? Let's see.
Does it still hold the thrill for you to see the results so far removed from the act?
Do you want to see how you actually kill him?
myself. I couldn't.
Click, hold, and trace the patterns. Oh, okay.
Fruit Ninja.
Oh, wait, we don't actually do it ourselves? 30 seconds of this? That kind of blows. Ah, this music is pure,
Jesus,
pure
this
gold.
is such a weird looking game.
They're like, let me see if I can make my
Where's
move
that?
on her. Masuka and Batista. What is going on, brothers? But first of all, I have to go meet my sis Deb.
This just looks like a bad way to experience the first season.
Yeah.
Like a really
much.
bad fucking way.
I've decided I really want to read the books.
Right,
Because
yeah.
apparently he's so much more evil in the books than he is in the series.
Yeah, I can
Dexter.
imagine.
And Dokes as well, apparently.
Yeah.
But I don't even know. I'm assuming they're just called Dexter. I can't remember if they're just called Dexter. I did know before. I'm sure I can find out.
Yeah.
I am a dab hand to Google.
Hmm.
That day Google.
What was the other thing though?
There we go. This was how the Terminator was created.
Did you know you can make risotto in the oven? I always avoided making
Risotto?
risotto
Are you
because of all
kidding
that
me?
standing and
The little
stirring, but this
kitchen
oven-baked
moustache.
method has been a game changer,
But
and I
it's a
actually learned
cyborg
it from
killing machine.
HelloFresh.
That's crazy,
Over the
isn't it?
years, HelloFresh has taught me so
You
many
don't want to
handy
know what
tips and
happens if you
tricks in
give
the
yourself
kitchen.
10 minutes
Everybody-
CRS, Cyber Research Systems, present a preview of our upcoming product line. Say hello to the soldier of tomorrow, the T1 battlefield
I
robot,
think it
a
must be
fully
a deleted
autonomous
scene. I don't
ground
even know if it's the
defensive
first one. I think it
system.
might be the second one.
And in the air, the hunter-killer
I think it's the
aerial
third
weapons
one, actually.
platform. This isn't science fiction, it's reality.
He
Thanks
looks
to our
younger.
top-secret innovation,
But to be fair,
Skynet,
they kept
the
making him look younger in the
revolutionary
films,
artificially
didn't they?
intelligent battlefield management network. From intercontinental
is-
missiles to the individual soldier in the field, Skynet is able to
Well, there is
control.
Sorry, I'm late,
gentlemen.
In the second one, where they're in
Let's
like
get started.
those
Bob,
two
take
get
a
to
seat.
die.
It's okay. Proceed.
Oh yeah. I
Great
think
leaders aren't born, they're made. Right here with the technology developed at CRS.
You do know the patents were obtained from a private vendor, Cyberdyne?
Cyberdyne? It's ancient history.
Using designs generated by Skynet, we need no longer risk the
Cyberdyne, the
well-being
original-
of our men.
I can't remember there when they said that.
What?
Was Skynet the original one or Cyberdyne? The original one?
Cyberdyne was the company that created Skynet.
Oh, okay.
So Skynet was the product of Cyberdyne's research, which
Okay,
was
yeah.
to create a AI that was capable of like defending the United States from attack.
This might not be the third one then, because in the third one it's got a different
Oh
name.
no, this is definitely the third one.
Got a different name though, doesn't it?
No, that's the fourth one. No, fifth one.
Uh.
Genesis is the one where they go and turn it into the what was it, Legion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's another one though, but there might be, if it's a
Yeah, no,
if
it was
a deleted
still
scene anyway.
it was still Skynet. It was still Skynet.
Men and women in uniform. Robots will take their place on the front lines.
Hi, I'm Chief Master Sergeant William Candy. I was honored to be selected by CRS.
The fuck?
I'm trying to figure out the age actually now looking at it, and that probably is the third one in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's young in the other ones actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the ongoing effort to save American lives.
I don't know about that accent.
We can fix it.
It is now within our power to make war safe, and that is truly priceless. CRS brings
No
you
wonder they
the
cut
face of the future.
Fucking hell.
You just John Cena heel face at the end.
Ooh,
John Cena bad guy face.
it's me.
That's full on John Cena bad guy face. Right there. And then he just goes and get again. Kind of great though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who hadn't seen it because I like them films and I
that was not a good scene.
That was great. Look at me.
No,
What do you mean?
That was not a good scene.
That explains so much, though.
They explain it better in the set in not the second, in Terminator Salvation.
How do they? Which
The one that's in the future.
Yeah, with Christian Bale.
Yeah, because they basically
That's the film I watched in the cinema room in that posh party house.
Right.
I watched Terminator Salvation.
In that version, they explain that it's basically created from using what's his face, the other guy who's a Terminator but not.
That one that's in it in that film.
Yeah.
Played by.
You know,
he
who
was
I
really
fucking
big
mean.
for a bit.
Yeah,
and then
he was
Jay
in Avatar
something.
as well.
Oh, Sam Wilson? No, it's not Sam Wilson.
Sam
That's the Captain
something,
America. Sam something.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
It might come to me.
That dude.
Yeah.
So, like, that dude in that was, like, a mix between, like, cyborg and human for, like, Cyberdyne research
Cyborg
purposes.
is a cyborg.
And, like, but the Skynet finished it off, and he is an actual person. He's got the a brain of a human. He is a human. He's just basically a Terminator at the same time.
So he is a cyborg then? Because the other one isn't a cyborg really.
No, that's just a robot with skin on it.
Yeah. But you could argue, obviously, that the bioskin, like,
kind of makes it cyborg because it's a robot with biological components.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I would consider that more still, like you said, a robot with biological components. Skin so it's not.
Yeah, it's just a robot with skin.
Yeah. We put it that way.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Yeah, if I left that shot on longer though, we'd have got a nice little shot of naked Arnie again.
Nice.
But you know,
everyone needs a bit of fucking German Austrian buttocks.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, you know, like I didn't want YouTube to complain at us though, even though that was on YouTube anyway. Do you mind the stuff I've seen on YouTube lately? I'm like, how is this on here?
It's crazy.
There's been some nice. If you see something on YouTube that makes you think, I can have a wank now, then you know what's going on.
It's interesting, yeah.
Sometimes all it takes.
Yeah.
I saw somebody dressed as Daphne, not Daphne, Velma from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Like from behind, all bent over. Like, whoa.
On YouTube, yeah.
On YouTube, like, damn.
Yeah, it's like, go check out my OnlyFans. It's like, I might.
No, I won't. But if you have any free videos on Pornhub that somebody's already put on, if there's any OnlyFans people you like, you'll be able to find their videos for free somewhere. Just mate, you can find them
if they're big enough.
The videos, or
well,
yeah. No, it has to be big.
No, not necessarily.
Somewhat. Yeah. I'm thinking about this now. I might go back to some of the classic people I used to watch.
Yeah.
And the odd like influence. I'm like, oh, she's hot, and I'm like, oh yeah, people are dirty nowadays.
Yeah, they might actually have an OnlyFans.
They're not dirty apparently because they don't meet up, and apparently it's abuse to ask somebody out.
Yeah. No, they don't want you to touch them. They just want you to wank over their pictures and pay them for it. It's a very different transaction.
Not try and talk to them or
Yeah, they don't want to interact with you.
Yeah,
you're gross.
Anyone.
Anyone.
People that haven't seen them.
Yeah, that's the royal you. That's anyone.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to you. They just want to talk to other people who are as hot as them, and other people who aren't as hot as them pay them money and tributes.
You know what? That's part of why people argue we need immigration in this country.
Right. And
part of why the country has gone to crap is because British people, like a lot of more, people from the Western countries, etc., aren't having as many kids because they think a lot more beforehand whether they're in a position to, they can abort, they plan to, etc. And the more and more, obviously, less in the position where people feel secure to do that.
Yeah.
And they're saying that because people aren't having kids, they need like people to come over that are more likely to have kids, for example.
Yeah, so there's not an aging population, and yeah.
So I get that.
Well, sorry, but fucking make it so that people actually want to live and bring up kids.
Yeah,
that would be better. Yeah.
I mean, I've shown you that, haven't I?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I showed that to the hippie man the other day. And he almost fell over. Well, that might have been because I tripped him, but
well, don't do that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't actually. He's big. It's a long way down for him.
Anyway, I should probably start heading off as it's getting to that time. We've got to do another good 2 hours for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I was sitting weirdly today.
Why are you sitting weird?
I don't know. I just got into this angle.
Well, it's been a little bit of a low one because England's a bit shit.
Yeah.
But we've
Everyone
talked
likes having
about
a moan. There was
yeah.
some fun bits.
Exactly. It's fun to have. It's fun to know that we are indeed the. Oh, another one that I did find out. We spend more money per person on greetings cards than anywhere else in the world, even more than America. And we have
When I was
more.
dead.
I know we have more different like variations of greetings cards than any other country.
Cool. That's about the most positive one.
Yeah,
Because that's
just to end us on a a nice story.
Yeah. There's also the fact that fuck, I had an insultive factoid about England and it's gone out of my
Right.
head. Maybe that's a good thing. I can't end it on a
Yeah.
negative now.
Anyway, that's been Squishy Logic for this week.
Whatever you do, don't be a butt muncher.
No.
Come get squishy with us.
Join the laughter wave. Make a fuss.
Is that what they say? I never known, never know how to figure it out.
Yeah.
Join the laughter wave.
Make
Okay.
a fuss. Yeah. Anyway,
keep it squishy.
until next time, always be logical.
Yeah, butt munching butthead.